Doesn't end. Like we're live, huh? It doesn't end though. I always fucking around. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. You're here moments before I flip this table and kick Poseidon in his fucking goofy face. It is Friday. There's a chance that we're gonna be back tonight at 9 p.m. with movie night, but it's not a guarantee because there is a chance I do go in for murder today. So we'll talk about that later. Yeah, show confusion, Poseidon. Show confusion. On the screen right now, joining us from Brossard, watching all this is George Tsadrizos. George,
what's going on,
welcome.
guys?
I'm not in a mood to do any plugs, so please go on with the morning news.
How's everything?
It's okay.
Cool. A lot of things happening, man, in the last week. I missed Wednesday, so sorry about that.
It was a shit show. It was good. It was everything but the news.
It's fine. But then again, the news is a shit show too sometimes, so it's fine. Some positive news this week, guys, regarding the pandemic. I'm sure you guys heard Pfizer announced that a vaccine was completing phase 3 of the clinical trials. And it's showing 90% effectiveness at preventing COVID-19, which is amazing. Of course, further testing is required to complete this phase, which is projected to end in around November, at the end of the month, end of November, beginning of December. Many experts are saying that these results are very promising, and this vaccine would ultimately change the direction of this whole pandemic crisis. The question is, where does Canada stand in all of this, and what does this mean for all of us while watching or listening? Basically, we know that Canada has pre-ordered 20 million doses with an option of 10 million additional doses as well. We know that the vaccine won't be available immediately for the general public, and when it is, it will happen very slowly. The challenge ahead, however...
So who's it going to be available for in the beginning?
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, it's going to go to the most urgent cases. So I'm wondering that everyone that is still hospitalized is going to go first. So I don't know exactly how they're going to divide it. If it's going to be the senior citizens and then the urgent cases, or I'm not sure exactly how the Health Canada is going to proceed. But we do know that it won't. It's not like the vaccine will be available and then everyone will just line up to get it, right? So it's going to happen progressively. The challenge, though, in addition to securing the necessary stockpiles of the vaccine, is the extremely cold temperatures that are required in order to maintain this vaccine. So this pretty much means that all the provinces across Canada, they need to acquire the right refrigeration systems in order to store the doses. So here in Quebec, the health minister came out the other day and said that they've already secured the purchase of that equipment. And everything technically should be in place in time when the vaccine is made available. So, in my opinion, it's all good news. We'll just hope that incompetency won't come into play here, and that everything will be good and ready as soon as we get the vaccine to start getting all these people.
What about the Russian vaccine?
I haven't heard of the Russian vaccine. What is it? I think it's a cliff. They just push everyone over.
No, the Russians are also working on a vaccine. They said it's also 99% effective.
99?
Yeah.
The Russians, 99.9, right?
No, they said it's 99.2.
Okay, that's cool. Look, there's a lot of companies. There's even some Canadian companies that are advancing. I think there was one called Medicago or some shit like that. I can't remember the name, but there's a lot. Of course, this comes into. It's interesting how the politics comes into play because everyone followed the elections in the U.S. and the whole chaos that is happening down there, and still it's unresolved. But you had Donald Trump coming out and saying that it was done purposely, that they announced it after the elections and not before.
Well, he said that before the elections, don't you remember?
I
don't know why you're laughing. Why were you doing a goofy laugh? Even during the debates, he said it. So
yeah, he said that there's a vaccine coming, but there wasn't an announcement that here we are.
He said wait till. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna wait till the elections, and they did. They waited till after the elections. He's not wrong about that. I mean,
but at the same time, I think he was counting more on Johnson & Johnson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 100% on Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, he thought they were gonna be the heroes.
So we haven't heard anything coming out of Johnson & Johnson. Anyways, look, the important thing is that there's a vaccine that comes out and it works, and it doesn't have that many after effects as well, right? I mean, there's also that factor that has to be considered. Um, the other thing that I want to talk to you guys about was in Quebec, some embarrassing news, really.
That never
You know,
happens here.
we spoke about you know, on this on the show many times, all the events happening in the summer that emerged after the death of George Floyd, and you know, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Here in Canada, there was this initiative that was put in place, or there were those discussions that had started to create this broad discussion on human rights, and where the federal government basically called on all the provinces to participate. It's this huge thing. I think it existed in the past, but it was kind of stopped. And then with the emergence of all these events happening in the U.S., they kind of reignited these meetings. Basically, the meeting took place earlier this week, and despite the presence of several ministers from all provinces, including federal ministers as well, Quebec decided to withdraw its immigration minister, who was supposed to be sitting in this meeting. And instead, they sent the top bureaucrat. They sent the sous-ministre. The sous-ministre basically is the person in charge of the department, right? So the immigration minister wasn't there. She said, "Look, you're going to go there on my behalf." So basically, all the participants that were present, they were quick to accuse Mrs. Nadine Giraud. Nadine Giraud is the Quebec immigration minister, stating that that decision was made because of a topic on the agenda regarding systemic racism. So, of course, for everyone that's been following, Quebec and the Legault government still hasn't accepted the existence of systemic racism in its institutions and in general in Quebec. A federal minister that was present at the meeting said that he was told by his contacts here in Quebec that Legault saw this meeting as a way for the federal government to shape provincial policy, which is obviously something that is always that they always kind of butt heads with. There's consistently been mounting pressure in the last couple of months towards Quebec's immigration minister because she also happens to be a black woman, and they believe that the position that she has in the Council of Ministers here in Quebec could be much more important. She could be playing a much more crucial role in shaping Quebec's position on issues that probably and most likely she's been subjected to at some point in her life, being a black woman. I mean, you guys too, a lot of black people. I've had some black people on my other podcast as well, and they say that it's almost standard that if you are a black person, that you've been subjected to some sort of racism.
That's just black propaganda, George. That's just black propaganda. Don't fall for it.
So it's kind of interesting because you have it doesn't happen all the time, right? There's a black person that gets elected. They're really a minority, and in addition to that, to become a minister in the government. So, I mean, she is at a position where she could kind of influence.
So what's the problem? Well, what's the issue? What does she want?
Well, the fact that the government hasn't accepted or doesn't want to accept the existence of systemic racism, and you have a black minister sitting, and you're pointing at her and saying, "Do you believe in this? Do you agree with this?" And there's never really a clear answer.
Like, she doesn't give a clear answer.
Yeah, I mean, she's playing the party lines, obviously, and she.
You think if she was white, she'd be allowed to give a straight answer?
If she was white, she would pretty much agree 100%, right? But
so then, why doesn't actually I can't speak for her, but I would say why doesn't she just start doing things that she wants, like start making change where she wants change, regardless of whether or not the government wants to admit it?
Well, that's the problem that has always existed, right? I mean, regardless of what you think or what you want to be doing, you have to kind of abide to the party lines. I mean, so look, it's tough. It's a tough situation that she's in because
has she been the victim of racism? Like in the cabinet over there?
I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't want to believe that there's racism within the cabinet. I mean, I don't think so. But for sure, based on the conversations I've had with other black people, it's almost impossible that if you grew up black in Montreal or even anywhere in Quebec, that at some point in your life you were exposed to some form of racism, including herself as well. So the fact that she comes out and says, no, there is no systemic racism and we don't have an issue here in Quebec it's a little strange, right? Especially coming from a black woman. Anyways, there's also criticism that came from Amnesty International. They demand that the government review and reassess their position by participating in these future meetings at a national level with all the other provinces and the federal ministers as well, and to also recognize the existence of systemic racism in Quebec. I mean, pretty much everyone agrees that there's something wrong, and the fact that Quebec is kind of by itself saying that no, everything is fine and there is no systemic racism is a little worrying. I mean, it's crazy, and I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I've spoken to a lot of Black people over the last couple of months. Some leaders in the community, prominent members in our society, and they all pretty much agree. They all pretty much follow the same mentality and idea that it exists. It's been there. It's been there forever, and it's time now that we kind of open up.
I don't know. I haven't really seen evidence of Black people being the victims of racism, George. I feel like this is just more propaganda. When the hell have Black people been the victims of racism? Name one. Name one, George.
Never. Everything is fine.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Have you seen it, Poseidon?
But it is.
Poseidon has caused it actually on many.
No, racism exists. But I don't know about systemic racism in today's world. Like, I mean, she has a high up position.
Yeah, she has a high up position, but that doesn't mean. This is the difficulty with that whole thing. I think people in the government feel like if they admit it, it feels like they're saying that they did racist shit or their people around them are racist. Right? Is that it, George? Is that why they're having difficulty admitting it?
I don't know exactly why they have a problem admitting it, because if you're saying that we have systemic racism, it means that obviously it's like within your institutions and you're the government, so you kind of control those institutions. So by default, you would be responsible for creating this environment, for creating this situation. And then you'd be called upon to fix it, right?
Because I think it's stupid for them to say, no, there's no racism when fucking I've been the victim of racism. And look at me. If I don't speak, how can you tell that I'm not French? You know what I mean? Yeah. So imagine being like.
I mean, we've all. I can't compare myself to any Black person out there. I would never do that because we haven't been subjected to that kind of racism. But I mean, how many people saw my name and just?
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I mean?
Well, I also remember you trying to steal some votes from the Pakistanis here by making your photo a little bit darker. You think we don't remember that? I made fun of you for months after that, bro.
So no, I mean it exists. It exists, and I've seen it. The position I had for years, I've seen it. People used to come to the office, and there was all these different scenarios where they were being neglected, or they were being ignored, or they were being flat out not served. It's sad. It's really. I don't know. Look, I think at some point you need to accept the reality and just take the necessary steps to correct it. I really don't understand. This fixation on not accepting it, right? It exists. Everybody's fucking saying it.
Yeah, well, because racism will always exist, right?
No, racism will. We're talking about systemic.
Hell
racism.
Yeah, it will.
Well, systemic, I don't know. There's nothing stopping anyone of.
Systemic means that it's in your institute, like it's in the system. Like
so
it's
the way
in,
the
like,
system
for example,
is made,
you go to apply for a job, and the fact that your name has 5 syllables and the other guy's doesn't, automatically you're put aside. There was an example a couple of years ago in the Journal de Montreal where there was this Arab guy who sent 2 CVs. One CV, he changed his name. He put a French-Canadian name. Yeah. And another one, he put his name. It was the exact same CV. It was copy-paste.
Yeah.
It was the same thing.
Okay, and what happened?
They called the French name to offer him the position, and not the other one.
Obviously,
right?
bro, safety first.
Yeah. no, but it just goes to show you. So I remember this was a couple years ago. It happened. It was major.
But you know what the difficulty is? Like, how do you blame the system versus the hiring manager at that position?
There you go. That's my point.
That's the difficulty, because maybe the person hiring, because we know that people in HR are usually cunts. The people hiring might be assholes, right? But the whole system, like let's say a CEO or whatever, doesn't even look at that. He's like, yeah, hire the best person. And then they always bring, I don't know, French people, Greek people, whatever the fuck they always bring. And he's like, all right, these are the best people. That's
Obviously, it starts with on an individual basis, but it kind of becomes, when it becomes the norm. Like I had on my podcast this guy Nelson, who works in Park X. He's well known, right? He he runs the Loisirs du Parc. So basically, everything that happens in Parc X, he's involved. He works with the police, and he told me a story where they were just chilling in front of his mom's house in Parc X. There were like 3 or 4 of them on a balcony, having
Who's
a beer.
them? Who's them?
Him and his friends,
Or is he of the black persuasion?
Yeah. They're
All
black,
right,
they're
because
black.
you didn't say that, so I don't know what the fuck you're getting at. All right.
Yeah, so they're sitting on his mom's porch, and they see a police car coming by. All right, so they look at it. Okay,
start
what's the police
shooting.
And they run.
No, they don't run. They're just sitting there. So then the police car comes back a second time, and then it comes back a third time, and it always slows down.
They've done that to us. That's fucking.
Yeah, they used to do that to me all the time.
Yeah,
outside.
that makes you want to be like start a fight with a cop.
Yeah.
And then at some point, the police car just comes back around and parks further down the street. Like the cop just parks there, right?
Yeah.
So Nelson just comes down, walks to the police car, and says, "Can I help you? Is there anything I can do to help you?" And then the guy recognizes him, and he leaves. Everybody knows Nelson in Parc X, right? And he goes to me. Incidentally, a couple weeks later, we had a meeting with the different partners in the community, and the chief of police was there from Parc X, and they brought up the topic of racism in these institutions and how racial profiling was a big thing a couple years ago as well. And the chief of police said, "Look, no, there is no issue from what I've been, from what people report to me and the officers in Parc X, everything seems to be fine." And the guy told him, he goes, "Listen, dude, you're wrong. You're wrong. Maybe you don't know this. Maybe the reporting that everything is okay." And then he gave him that example, and things kind of started to change, right? I mean, they implemented some changes in the police department, but maybe
the changes in the Parc X police department should have been 2 specific cops. One Turkish dick who's mean to everyone, and the French guy, the guy who gives you tickets for stuff that he makes up, the guy who yells at you. Yeah, those 2 guys were very aggressive. Yeah, you ever met those guys, George? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
God damn.
I don't know who the French guy is, but I know
Dude,
who
the French guy, you see, he's the guy that when you didn't have to wear your regular pants, he would wear the aqua camo, like the guy who was in the water. And this guy he would look at you with a straight face and make stuff up. You're like, yeah, it's because you burned a red light on X Street or whatever. You're like, I didn't even go from there. Oh, okay. So then it was like, what the fuck is this guy just making shit up? Yeah, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
So it's just over the years, the way things were done, it's kind of created a pattern, and people just get, used to working a certain way, and it just trickles down, right? And we've seen it; it exists. Like, guys, it's there. I've seen it so many times, But look, apparently for Quebec and Legault government, there is no problem, and it's crazy because
probably because there's no problem with him. Probably in his circle, they're not like, all right, don't hire the Greek guy. Like, they don't do any of that. Yeah. So he's like, what are you talking about? There's no problem. But then, like I said, you don't know who has what position for how many years. Yeah. Like, you saw the teacher, what was it, Montreal Nord last week or a week before, the guy who was saying crazy racist shit for years?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see that shit? Yeah, I think they finally fired him. They were protesting. He was telling Muslim kids whenever there was a terrorist attack, he's like, all right, get up and apologize to the rest of the class. Like,
what a dumbass.
Yeah, bro, like crazy shit. So, like, this guy was doing that for years. It's not every teacher or even the school board, let's say, that you could be like, you guys allowed or you guys want this stuff to happen. You guys hired him on purpose. If people aren't in the classroom, they don't know or whatever. Like, you can't blame the entire. So I understand that he doesn't want to admit it. But at least if he'd be willing to be like, all right, I personally don't think that this is the culture of it. However, because there's been so many people talking about it, let's investigate. Let's start an investigation. Let's see. Maybe there's a couple of fucking bad apples that are ruining for everyone else. Yeah. And at least try and make an effort. Me, it's the whole, nah, I don't think so. That's what I'm like, oh, now you're just trying to start fights. You want people to argue.
But especially given the fact that your own minister is black, and for sure, maybe behind closed doors, she's told you, listen, man, I remember when I was young, this and this is happening. Or my mom, she was exposed to this situation or that situation. Like, there's no way in hell that she had a normal upbringing.
But what does that have to do again with his system right now? That's what I'm saying. Because he could be like, yeah, of course, people were super racist 10 years ago or whatever, but not in my cabinet. That's the problem, is that they're trying to make him admit that he's the problem.
But I'm not talking about necessarily in his cabinet or in his government among the elected officials. We're talking about in the entire system that is kind of managed by the government.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking into. The police forces, public service. If you walk into any office, whether it's called whatever Lotto Quebec, whether it's called Hydro Quebec, like any government, any government society or office, or even Crown Corporation, how many immigrant names are you going to see on the payroll versus how many French Canadian names, for example? Okay, that's one example.
But how do you prove that that's not? You see, that's difficult because how do you prove that they're not hiring? Because I had this argument back when people were saying there's a problem. Why aren't there more women CEOs? You can't make someone a CEO. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't say that it's because of the system. Well, what if they're not being CEOs? What if they're not starting their own company? Like, you can't
absolutely. You
got to
go with competency. But and see, this is the question that everyone had. That but how do you prove it? And that's
for the racism thing, you could prove it much easier because
well, that's why that article, when it came out in the Journal de Montréal a couple of years ago, it made the headlines, because for the first time we had evidence that there was one individual whose name was fucking complicated, and he changed it to a French Canadian name, and suddenly the phone started ringing. So I don't know. I mean,
well, but then again, okay, so essentially you had two people with the same CV, right?
Look, you take your CV, you're the most competent person
no, but hold on.
One has your Greek name, and the other one you put Claude Gagné or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
they called asking for Claude Gagné.
Okay, that's perfect. But if they called asking for Pantelis instead of Claude Gagné, what the fuck does that tell me? Why don't they like French people? No. They picked one over the other, right, George? They picked one over the other. So then, by that same logic, they would have to pick one. The person who read is like, all right, well, these guys look like they're pretty similar. Claude, okay, let me call Claude first, see how this guy is. Like, why is? Do you see what I'm saying?
So there's no winning, basically.
There's no winning, because then if they had called the Arab guy first, they'd be like, you see that they're trying to get regular French people out of the system. They're only getting new immigrants. Yeah. Like, you get the other side of the coin. Like, at one point we got to fuck off.
But I don't think it has anything to do with racism. Okay, can I comment here for a second?
Yeah,
when I was looking, remember when I contested those tickets a while ago, and I went to go see the lawyer that tried to fuck me over.
Yeah, I remember that
guy. Looks a bit like a biker. He has the beard, bald head, and he dresses a bit like when he goes to his office. Obviously, he tells me when he goes to court he dresses in a suit, but when he goes to his office, he dresses a bit biker style, relaxed. You know what I mean? I don't think it has nothing to do with that, because he's been pulled over, and he's been told, and he's Quebecois, we don't need your kind around here. I think
Yeah, but they probably don't know. They probably don't know what his name is. He looks probably like, I don't know, Albanian or something, like a gangster.
Yeah, we don't need that.
He doesn't look
here.
Albanian. You could tell he's Quebecois from his face.
Yeah, but you said he looks like a biker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't want his kind around there.
He's still Quebecois. So I think it has to do with the way, like,
you present yourself.
Because every time I've dressed professionally or semi-professionally or casual business, never get a eye batted towards me. But sometimes,
why is the camera on me while you're talking, not on you? And it was going?
It's not working today for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So even with me, it happens when I dress a little more lax,
slutty.
I get a lot of eyes batted at me, boys.
No. Yeah, that plays a certain part.
So I think it has to do more with that than actual racism, because what you said, then you get both sides of the coin, whichever you pick, like with the CV and everything.
Yeah, because I hate, like, I've met a lot of HR garbage people, and I hated arguing with them a lot. But I gotta admit, like, even they always needed help hiring. Like, they just didn't understand, like, what's the competency. But in my experience, and I've met a lot of assholes in HR, never once, in my experience in the tech field, never once did it come down to racism. It always came down to stupidity. Like, they didn't understand what's better for the company, so they would ask for help and look. But I never once got like, oh, look at this name, I won't. It was actually, they would mostly look at, because we'd get a lot of like international people, like tech people that would apply. So people from North Africa, Africa proper, and they never brought it up. They just said, can you do an interview with him? Tell me if you think he's competent, stuff like that. It never came up like, oh, get a French guy. Never. Not even once. So I got to give credit where credit's due. They're assholes and shit, but I never saw them go. But I've seen a lot of incompetence, like a lot of stupid decisions. So like I said, this could literally be a case of the Claude thing. The guy saw the easier name. He's like, oh, let me just call Claude. And then he's like, you fucking racist. Like,
yeah.
So I see what you're saying, but when it's not only when it comes to hiring, right? It's also, other other stereotypes that have existed. Because when
Yeah.
you're hiring, I mean, it's easy to play that argument, right? It's like, are you going to hire based on competency or because you have a quota to fill up based on how many people you have of a cultural minority, how many black people, how many women, how many men, you know what I mean? You fall into that kind of game.
I hate
And
that
just
shit.
because you need to fill out those positions, you're kind of ignoring the one thing that should matter, which is competence, right? Are you able and are you the best fit for that position? So forget about just the hiring, but I mean, you know, and I stick to the police force because that's where we've seen most of the crap, right? I
Yeah.
mean, and we've seen this so many times, you know.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, I'm not gonna argue with that, dude. The cops, I know, I've seen it firsthand through my eyes. I've seen not just against me, but against black people. I've seen here in Montreal, super racist. The cops, super racist and incompetent. They have it all at once. Not every single cop. There's a lot of good cops out there too, but I've seen trash here with the cops. So the cops, you can't tell me there's no problem. I've seen the problem. I've seen it with my own eyes that there's a fucking problem.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, look, this is bad, you know, and I mean, there was this effort to kind of bring everyone together to have a broader discussion to see how they can kind of, you know, use best practices to kind of move forward and you know, Quebec's like, fuck that shit. I don't recognize their systemic racism, so I won't go sit. Like, it's stupid. It's like, what's wrong with you? You know?
So what would you suggest?
Well, I would suggest first and foremost, go to the fucking meeting and listen. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah,
something.
but have you been in meetings, bro? Corporate meetings, bro. Meetings are boring. Like,
Of course, it's boring, man. We're talking about the government. That's all they
I'm
do.
busting your balls.
This is what they're there for. Like, I mean, 14 hours a day they're sitting in meetings. So I mean, is it gonna hurt you to sit in another one like once a month or whenever they're meeting? I don't know. Anyway, let's move over to another topic that kind of shocked me this week
Is
personally.
it sexy?
No, it's not sexy at all. We've spoken a couple times about the conflict taking place in Artsakh between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which is being helped by Turkey.
I'm already pissed off. Go.
Of course, you know, the conflict has been ongoing since last September and has caused obviously thousands of casualties. Earlier this week, Armenia's prime minister signed an agreement putting an end to the conflict, causing thousands of Armenians requesting his resignation.
Good.
This is good and no good. I mean, you'll see exactly why. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. This is a trilateral agreement between Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Russia, which basically grants, among other points, the transfer of key areas of Artsakh to Azerbaijan, as well as the installation of Russian peacekeepers for a period of 5 years. Basically, what this means is that every land that Azerbaijan gained during this conflict is going to be transferred to Azerbaijan, and it's going to
Armenia.
stay.
You mean?
Sorry,
The land that Armenia got is going to be transferred to Azerbaijan.
an Armenian god?
Is that what you're saying? You're saying all the land that Armenia had.
No. Artsakh. Armenia.
Yeah.
Armenia is involved because they're kind of linked to Artsakh, but that little territory of Artsakh, whatever it was before. Well, imagine all the land that was occupied, or every all the territory that was gained by by Azerbaijan during the conflict. They're keeping it. So all exactly. So the different cities that they managed to
Take hold of.
to take hold of, they're keeping, which is horrible, which is fucking horrible. It's frustrating. I was reading this and I was like, why the fuck aren't people taking action on it? Like, why are people accepting this? So basically, the prime minister, in his defense, in a public statement, he stated that there was no other choice. Armenian troops had suffered tremendous losses. Several cities had already fallen to Azerbaijan, whose troops were moving increasingly closer to Artsakh's biggest city and the capital of Stepanakert. And they had no choice, or else they were going to lose that city as well. They were going to lose a huge portion of the Armenian army. They had recognized that they were losing this conflict. So the other frustrating thing, in addition to this, is that Turkey immediately seized the opportunity to announce that it would be monitoring the ceasefire agreement, and that it would be assisting Russia in the peacekeeping mission.
Oh, God.
So automatically, they're just putting themselves out there. And it's like, yeah, we're going to participate as well. Unfortunately, this trilateral agreement doesn't mention anywhere that Turkey will be included in the deployment of any, peacekeeping mission or anything like that. So they just took this on by themselves. Like, okay, yeah, sure, we're going to participate as well. Like, who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. It's none of your business, you know. Anyways, France immediately issued a statement calling on Turkey to respect the agreement and to abstain from taking any further action. Even the UN, which obviously there's not much credibility with the UN. We've spoken about this in the past, but they also issued a statement calling for the immediate withdrawal of all the mercenaries that Turkey brought in from Syria, and for an end to any further recruitment, funding, and deployment of mercenaries by Azerbaijan and Turkey in this conflict zone. Look, it's an extremely preoccupying situation where we see, unfortunately, the same tactics that have been made by Turkey elsewhere, where they just simply seize land, occupy it under the premise of peacekeeping operations. We saw the same thing happening in Cyprus in '74.
Syria, Libya.
Syria and Libya in more recently. So the worry that I have here is obviously the possible displacement of thousands of Armenians from those now occupied territories, but also the real danger of perhaps another genocide perpetrated towards the Armenians, right? The Armenian nationals living in Artsakh. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. And as soon as I read it, I'm like, well, what the hell are they doing? Why are they giving up the territory like that, just like that?
Well, because no one's helping them.
I know, and that's why when I read the prime minister's statement, it kind of puts you in a situation where if you were in his shoes, what would you do? Would you, put all these kids' lives in danger? I mean, they're young soldiers, man, 18, 19, 20-year-old. And I follow the Armenian National Council here of Canada. They were consistently posting on their Facebook, all these faces of young soldiers that had died. I mean, obviously you don't want that, right? You don't want to be responsible for those deaths, but at the same time, you're just giving away land. I mean, it's like you just gave up. You're like, okay, here, take it. Like, why take it? Stop the conflict. Make sure that everyone goes back to the initial.
Well, they can't. They don't have. Armenia itself doesn't have that kind of power. And the fact that everyone else, like I know they told Greece. Remember when they told Greece to stay out of it because they don't want to cause problems for Greece? Well, that was them being selfless, I guess. But the big countries, Russia, even the States, they should have stepped in to help out. They said, "Nah, you guys can't do this, you two fucking bullies." But they didn't. Nobody helped them out. So what did you want? You wanted them to die again? No,
exactly. So I kind of understand the position that the prime minister was in. It just sucks that you're signing a ceasefire, but instead of saying, "Listen, we're signing a ceasefire. Let's get back to the negotiation table," but don't fucking come into the land. You know where the line was before. Move your troops behind that line, and that's it. What the hell? What does that mean? Like, you just accepted having been occupied right now. That's what this means. You just lost your territory. You know what I mean? So obviously everyone was jumping of joy. They saw this as a victory in Azerbaijan, obviously. Armenia, in Artsakh and obviously in Armenia, there's obviously going to be an internal civil or social problem right there. I mean, thousands and thousands of people every single day now have been demonstrating. I don't see how these politicians can stay in power after everything that happened. So I don't know. We're going to be I'm really monitoring this situation very closely, obviously, because I have a lot of Armenian friends. We're very close to, even as Greeks, to Armenia. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just a sad kind of state of affairs over there. And just to see how it all was done, right? I mean, it's just history just repeating itself once again. We've seen this happen so many times, and it just keeps happening, and people are just closing their eyes to it. That's what's more frustrating to me.
Yeah, well, the European Union is garbage. They're not going to help.
But sorry to interrupt you, but it also happened strategically, right? At a point where early last week, or I think early this week, everyone was still looking into what's happening in the U.S. election. Europe was in the middle of closing everything up again because of the coronavirus. So everyone was kind of focused away from what was happening there, and then suddenly, boom, let's go. Let's get this deal done, right? So I don't know. It's I just think it sucks,
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Phil has joined us, George. Phil has just walked in.
Phil has joined the
recently shaved his head.
It looks nice and smooth. It looks nice and smooth, Phil.
I mean, a few days ago, I shave it every couple of days.
Smooth.
Thank you.
It's just amazing how round your head is.
It's very bulbous. Yes, thank you. I mean,
It's like
did
he
you
always
do it
has
too?
an
Did
idea.
George do it?
No, man.
Okay.
I'm there, guys. I'm there. When I'll do it, you'll know. But
You gonna shave your head
maybe,
soon? Are you gonna shave your head and
think
leave a
there.
beard like a strip club owner?
I mean, you just described me. Are you looking for a good time? Yeah, I don't know. I can't picture George with a shaved. I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah.
I have worries, George. I have concerns.
Maybe I'll just settle for the comb over. You know, who
I
knows?
mean, I have more concerns about that. So just
No,
shave
don't
your
do the
head.
comb over. I almost killed a guy this morning with a comb over.
Just do the thing, man. Do the grow out whatever's left,
Yeah, the Sri Lankan guy, bro.
Yeah.
fucking-
and
He's
ponytail,
Christian,
ponytail.
yeah.
You already play like classic leftist Greek rock from the 80s and 90s. It's perfect for you. It's like,
His name Savopoulos.
yeah, like Savopoulos. And just start talking like this all the time.
Do you really want to rock?
Yes.
Let me talk to you guys about a little economic update that happened here in Quebec.
No.
Oh shit, we're
Tell
making
us.
money.
We're
Not
not
really.
making money.
We're losing money.
So Quebec's finance minister presented yesterday an economic update. Basically, an economic update happens kind of halfway in the mandate. It's kind of like a mini budget, you know.
Mini budget.
Mini budget.
It's like tabling a mini budget. Basically, the situation in Quebec is pretty worrying. Quebec has plunged into a $15 billion deficit for the year.
I'm fucked.
And
I mean,
and it's
that's
projected to
amazing,
run-
George. That rivals any free nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sovereign
So-
nation, I mean, sorry.
So, and it's projected to run an $8 billion deficit next year and another $7 billion deficit the following year. Basically, this is what news has been already calling a historic deficit of $30 billion in 3 years.
Vive le Québec.
Yeah, I mean, look, to balance the books, the Legault government plans to focus on economic development and increase the federal funding, specifically with regards to the transfer payments and for the health services. So they want the federal to kind of take care of funding more our health services and to increase the transfer payments. Look, the finance minister did say that he will not be increasing taxes nor reducing the funding of our services.
You believe him?
So I don't know. I don't know. You know, in order for that to happen, you really need to increase your revenue. So, is it going to happen? I hope it. I hope we do. I mean, stimulate a little the economy, but who knows? We're still stuck in this pandemic, and it seems to be the priority. So all the funds are pretty much being drained by that. Look, I think it's important to remind our viewers that this is a government that came into power in 2018 and inherited a $5 billion surplus from the previous government.
How do you
right?
fuck up $5 billion?
I mean, look, you can always give the excuse of the pandemic, and it's fine. We understand.
I'll tell you why that's not an excuse for me.
Yeah, why?
Because you weren't a business.
Hmm?
Quebec, the government, right?
Yeah.
You weren't an open business and you lost your business. You could have invested that money better. You could have taken care of $5 billion. Plus, you're still getting tax revenues in.
Yeah, I know, but when your
more,
industry
though.
has suffered, when everything has closed down, when you have all these businesses, there's an impact. I mean, the pandemic has obviously created a situation that economically it has impacted the government. But look, the other thing that I find funny is that during the 2018 campaign, Premier Legault was saying that Quebec didn't need federal transfer payments, and that the whole formula needed to be changed and all that stuff. Today, his finance minister not only he can use those transfer payments, but he urges the federal government to increase them by 3 to 3.5%.
Dad, hey, Dad, Dad, can I have some
table
cash,
turn,
Dad?
I'm moving, Dad. I don't need to
you.
live here anymore. But for real, though, can I have $300?
Honestly, the last week, George, like everything coming out of Quebec, like just the level of stupidity that I've seen it's the best. I mean, best. It's terrible.
Why? What else happened?
I mean, there's what's going on with the schools now, where Legault is literally speaking as though he's his own opposition from 1 week ago. Like, there's quotes of him a week ago. The schools are not a vector for transmission. Santé Publique's like, dude, they're a vector for transmission. No, they're not. Today, he's like, clearly, the schools are a vector for transmission.
You know what?
I
Good
was
for him.
wrong.
He's admitting he's wrong.
No, he's not. He's just saying, we've always known this, so now we may be shutting down the schools again.
They're
Like,
going
he
to be shutting
doesn't-
down the schools.
Oh,
I
bro,
mean,
it's gonna be a shit show this winter.
They shoulda, shoulda.
and
Yeah,
it's gonna
also,
be a
and
long
also
winter.
the whole issue with the ventilation that has come out too, right? In the
Uh-oh.
schools. And
ventilation is not a vector for transmission, except unless it's a CHSLD, and the ventilation was exactly why everyone died. I mean, let's take this $5 million and not buy ventilation and give it to the OQLF. That's how we're going to recoup the deficit. We're just going to fucking scare away all the English-speaking business owners. I mean, none of it makes sense anymore.
I'm an English-speaking business owner. I also speak French. I speak Greek, and a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, and the person in charge of this province speaks French
Oi,
and
hola,
a little
mami.
bit of English. Like,
Hola,
think about that for a second.
¿Qué hora es, por favor?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Sí.
Una cerveza, por favor, mamacita. Sí.
Pero, I don't know.
Mira.
I like when they do that. Pero,
Uno perro caliente.
Mira.
what doesn't
Por
make
favor.
any sense?
Yeah, it does. I would like a hot dog.
One. You just said one hot. Oh, un perro.
Yeah, un
Not
perro caliente.
Right, George?
you forgot to roll the
Yeah.
R.
What a bunch of racists.
You said one. You said one because hot,
Yes.
right? That's what
Perro
perro means, right, George?
caliente.
Perro,
What?
No,
perro,
we love the Hispanics.
perro is because, right?
Pero is because, but when you with
It's
two R's,
perro.
it's a dog.
Perro.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Friday the 13th. I forgot.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh
the
my
second one
God.
of the year, though.
Is it? Do people really still look at that thing? Like people,
I
yeah,
mean,
they're
I
still into that
guess.
stuff.
I think so. I mean, I know in Greek culture, Friday the 13th isn't a thing. It's Tuesday the 29th. What is it?
That when we lost
Heard of
Constantinople.
that? Never heard of
You
that.
never heard that? It's like an
No.
old superstition.
No, it's just it's in May. It's the worst day in the Greek calendar is
I mean, the day the
May
city fell,
20.
yeah.
It's the day the city fell.
Because it's the equivalent of Friday 13th. It's like a bad luck day.
Well, Friday the 13th
no
was
one
when
else-
all the Templars were rounded up.
And massacred. Yeah.
Did you know that, George?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
why we keep
watches
it.
Ancient Aliens. He knows.
I don't know if that's on Ancient Aliens. I
It
don't know.
was
What,
actually.
that really? What does that have to do with aliens?
Because the aliens took the Templars. They saved them right at the end.
That's Phil's make. Please
scary.
don't believe that, guys, because that's not true. The Ancient Aliens never said that either. That's a Phil made up
the
theory.
Templars will return one day.
Yeah, and then we
Like
care that
Jesus.
there's even buildings that just don't show their 13th floor. They name it something else.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
it's
true.
just-
That I've heard. Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense because even if you name it something else, it still is the 13th
It's still
floor.
the 13th, exactly. No, in the elevator, it goes from 12 to 14.
Yeah.
Technically, that 14 is the 13th floor.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, it's like you're not. Like you have to really commit. You have to have a 13th floor and do nothing with it.
Numbers are a constant.
Yeah, leave it empty.
Yeah, leave it empty.
That'd be spooky.
you
Put
can-
your money where your mouth is.
You press the button, but it doesn't light up. Like it
Yeah.
just skips that floor.
Guys,
Yeah.
there always is a 13th floor. You guys have bought into the fucking lie that the government has made you believe. On every 13th floor in every building, there are secret government offices.
Ah, that's what it is.
Poseidon's gonna go hard later. He's
I'm
like,
gonna
bro,
go
I check into
ham.
this.
he's
don't know
gonna,
what's
he's gonna go
happening.
straight
I'm
to the elevator.
You're right. It is like weird cold in here. I just felt it. Now you
Yeah,
were saying before.
it's the ghosts.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're not
But,
evil though.
the ghost of
but-
failed businesses.
But Phil, did your daughter's daycare announce anything, or have they sent you guys
I
anything
don't
regarding the
think the
potential?
daycares are going to be affected. It doesn't seem like this is about daycares. Because when they
Well,
talk about schools, the government, they tend to separate school from
Yeah, you're
daycare.
right.
It's two different things, right? It's even two different ministries that manage them, right? There's
yeah.
de la famille and education, et loisir, whatever. But no, I don't think so. I mean, her daycare never closed. Even during the deepest part of the lockdown, they were open for like frontline workers' kids.
Yeah, I think all daycares were.
Not all. The ones that were near places that needed to.
They shut down, right? Okay.
Some of them were shut down, yeah. But I mean, the private daycares, the CPR, I don't know.
You think we should start a daycare here?
I mean, if one of us had the credentials to start a daycare, we should absolutely start a daycare.
I think
It's great
Spiro's.
money.
I think Spiro's wife has the credentials,
Oh, bro, we're opening a daycare. We're all retiring by next year. We're opening a daycare.
right?
not
Because
so
all the
sure
people
about
in the
that.
building.
When
Could,
my daughter was in daycare at the private daycare, before we sent her to the CPR, she got her place.
Mm-hmm.
We were paying $60 a day. Think about that for a second. $60 a day. It's a
That's a
house.
lot.
It's a mortgage payment.
yeah.
But you were getting the tax returns, right?
I mean,
taxes,
yeah. I
right?
was getting some of it back, but not $60 of it. I mean, I don't remember. I don't know anything about our finances. My wife takes care of everything. I have no idea. All I know is what I bring in, and then she goes. I tell her, "Can I spend some of it? Like, am I allowed to buy stuff?"
Oh, what's my allowance this week?
It's not even that. She's like, "Did you buy stuff before you try?" Because I have this back. Because I grew up like middle class, I guess. Like anytime I get a big sum of money, and I mean that's relative, I like to just leave it in my bank account. I don't do anything. I just like to look at it. Like, $5,000 today. You know,
I'm in
like,
the
so
positive.
my wife's like,
Yeah.
that money, you're gonna sit on it for a couple, like I'll get a few contracts, get paid. She's like, are you gonna do anything with that money? I was like, She goes, can you pay the credit card or like, can you transfer money into this account? I was like, oh, yeah, I'll do it later. And the next day she goes, did you spend it? I'm like, no, I'm just looking at it. Just like having it there.
It looks good.
It looks good. It's like, whoa, look at that.
Maybe we should look into opening a daycare. I'm thinking about this.
No. It's good money.
Call
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
not easy. Not easy. Or else everyone would have had a daycare.
I never said it was fucking easy.
It's not
George,
easy.
why
I mean,
you gotta project? I never said it was easy.
I have a few clients.
Everything is hard, George, but I'm saying I feel like the reward is worth it.
It's also a lot of
You get the
responsibility.
finger paint and stuff.
I mean,
You
you're not.
sing.
Whoa, time out.
Oh my God! Comment came in from Olga. You guys remember what happened last Friday the 13th? It was March 13th.
That was the
day
the
everything
Southern
shut-
boys.
Yeah, but that was the day also everything shut down.
Yeah, it was the Southern boys supposed
Yeah.
to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
March 13th is when everything shut down. Yeah.
No, it shut down the week before.
No, it was March. I
The
remember because it
daycare
was
shut down the week before. That's why. For me, lockdown was an extra week.
Oh,
of the
really?
Schools, yeah.
No, I remember March 13th because that was when everything started. I remember that. Yeah. And
The siren.
Was
went
there
off.
sirens?
Well, there wasn't a siren,
it was
was
a
it?
siren. Yeah.
No, there wasn't.
You didn't hear the siren?
I didn't hear
the
the
siren.
Then it's clearly useless.
You're living in a red state.
I
Remember that
heard-
movie?
I
That's a
heard
good
the
movie.
You heard it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows. And that's when they. Yeah, that's when they
Those were
closed
the
in.
angelic shofars, letting us know that the Lord was back.
Just on a side note, when you guys were going out and stuff, I mean, when you started partying and stuff, did you ever go to any of these French clubs, or were you always, the traditional?
What do you mean
the
French
stand
club?
What do you mean
club?
French clubs?
Because I don't know if you heard about Deux Pierrot closing down in the old port. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
guys
had been
heard.
once.
I don't know what the
twice.
fuck that is.
I wasn't really a club. I mean, it was a club, yeah.
Well, of course, it's a bar.
It
I
was
mean, whatever,
shitty, but yeah.
I used to go there a lot.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You fucking red flag waving commie.
Yeah, I didn't go to communist. I went literally
That
wherever
was like a fucking
wherever women told me to go.
Yeah.
That's where I never met. It's like, I'm gonna be here. You want to come hang out? Yeah, that's where I'm going. Like, I'm not gonna go make my decisions. Go to some communist club.
I mean,
There
that place was open for
a
years.
communist club. It wasn't, but there's something fun about partying with drunk French people. I mean, I always enjoyed it.
You're not
and it's
wrong there.
I mean, no, I wouldn't disagree with
Deux
that.
Pierrot was really an amazing place. Over 40 years, I think 43 years, and
They
they
closed down?
announced last week that they were closing because of the pandemic. Which
Wait,
is
you telling me that if the business isn't open for a couple of months, it closes down?
yeah,
What a
imagine
shit business.
Yeah, imagine.
I
Imagine
can't
that.
tell which kind of joke you're making right now.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, imagine. You
I was
gotta
being
close down.
I was being
Yeah,
sarcastic.
I couldn't read it again this time. I can't read it with you sometimes.
How can you not read it? I just said if a business isn't open,
You know what it is? It's your facial expression.
I'm gonna
Last
fucking
night, guys, I'm gonna let everyone in here on some deep dive reporting that we're doing. We found a job posting. Okay, seems
No, we
legit.
didn't. Phil found something goofy on the internet. I don't know why
I
he's
found
talking
something
about
goofy on the internet, right? No, you'll see why I'm talking about it. And it was basically
Oh,
a
God,
position to apply for the director of operations of Antifa. Projected salary $2 million to $3 million a year. The perks, you get to hang out with George Soros.
it. Yeah, and it showed a guy. The picture was a guy throwing a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah. So I send it to our This Just In group where we put stories.
Because
in.
he expects a giggle from me and Poseidon. Like, haha, yeah, it's quite.
Yeah, it's a good giggle.
It's a good giggle.
Yeah, but
then,
Poseidon goes, bro, no way this is real.
yeah, Poseidon replied with, no way this is real. And then I was like, I just want to leave or kill him, or I have to leave the country. I
So
can't take
2
this.
seconds
No.
later, this guy sends like a facepalm gif. I'm like, whatever. This guy calls me and goes, bro, why is everybody facepalming?
He called you.
So I go, did you read it? He's like, I'm
Wait,
like,
hold
tell
on,
me
hold
you
on.
read the article. He's,
You had to
"No."
call him.
He called me, yeah. By the way, just so you know, Dominic, Pantelis is Quebec culture. Go on.
Yeah, did he say I'm out of the loop of Quebec culture? Dominic, I am Quebec culture.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian culture. I'm the guy.
Look, he's in red, guys.
Your
Look.
culture.
I'm culture. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
No, I hadn't actually read it. That's why I said the.
So
why
why
would
would
you
you say?
comment?
Yeah. Why would you comment? No way, this is real. Yeah.
I don't know. It was an instinctive.
Do you see why I get annoyed?
No. It was. I saw what he posted.
doesn't know
Hold
what
on,
to
hold
lie
on, hold
about
on,
first.
Hold on. No. Hold on. It was an instinctive response to as soon as I saw what he posted in the group chat. That's it. That
So
was,
you saw it,
yeah, but I didn't read it.
but you saw it. There's nothing to read. It says it's 2 lines. Like you
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
You commented on what you saw. So why did you just lie
then
and
I
say I didn't
read-
see it?
No, I didn't read the whole thing before I wrote that.
He did what everyone does. He read the headline and he made a decision.
Yeah.
But the headline lets you know that it's fake.
Like, George, you have to find.
I
I'll
don't
send it
know.
to you later so you can
It's
see it.
just
It's
an
amazing. It's
instinctive-
so well trolled.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
a
an
well-trolled
instinctive
little
response.
The $3 million salary is what made it for me.
Guys, honestly, I was just scrolling through Facebook and I see Director des Opérations.
Poseidon was
Antifa.
still in. He's like $3 million. So I was like,
Trademark.
all right, still
And
believable.
I was like,
okay.
what the fuck? Antifa's hiring? And then I see the price. I was like, oh, okay. But the
It'd be
perks.
It'd be interesting. He comments. It doesn't mention anywhere about benefits. Do we know anything about benefits?
Do I
What's
get
your
dental?
Yeah.
I went to the dentist yesterday.
Dental plan.
On my way to the dentist yesterday, George, I stopped by a comic book store.
Because you're a grown man.
Because I had 20 minutes till the dentist. I don't want to be too early. I don't want to be an eager beaver. So I went in and there was a lady. I had to wear my face mask. Those are the rules. And I said, "Excuse-moi, madame. I said in French, do you guys have the Ninja Turtles, the new Ninja Turtles comic book?" And she said, "Oui, oui." And I said, "Okay." And she brought me. She goes, "We only have one left." And I said, "That's fine. I only wanted one." and
Sorry. I wasn't expecting that.
and then
Go
she's,
on.
and then she's right here, but it's it's the last one we have, and the price went up. I go, "How much is it?" She's like, $80. And I was like, "This came out a week ago." I go, "Why is it already $80?" She's like, "It's a variant cover. The price is jacked up as soon as it came out. Actually, day of, the price were going up." I was like, "Fuck, huh?" She starts walking away, and I was like, where are you going?" She's like, "Oh, it's it." I go,
You got it?
"Yeah." I go, "I didn't say I'm not gonna buy it." She's like, "Oh fuck, okay."
I had no idea,
what-
by the way, about this, like, that Eastman was making comics again.
Yeah.
I looked into it this morning. It
Eastman
looks
and Laird
fucking
do it.
incredible.
Oh,
Is
it's
it
so
great?
good, bro.
Is
I
it?
got so sad yesterday. Anyways, so
Hardcore. It's
So
fucking
yeah, I
hardcore.
bought it, but it's funny. She's like, "You want a bag?" I was like, "I'd like a bag." And then she's like, "Actually, I don't know why I asked." She goes, "At that price, you deserve
you get
for
a
me to
bag."
give you a fucking bag. Like, are you gonna charge me 5 cents for a bag? I just paid fucking $91 with tax for a fucking comic book." And as soon as I bought it, I was like, "What a fucking dummy!" What?
Is it a good read?
It is, but then I couldn't read it because in order for me to read the book,
You have to break
right,
the spine.
I would have to break the spine. So then I had to download it digitally for another $10. So I spent, so I read it digitally.
You're a ridiculous human being.
So I read
you
it
bought it for
digitally so that I
collection.
don't damage the comic. They're like, I don't even collect comics anymore. What the fuck did I
No,
just?
that one, because I looked into it this morning. I
Yeah.
was like, what is this? That's going to be worth a lot of money very fast.
Yeah, it is because I also got one of the variants that I can't even find this
Yeah.
variant on eBay because
What's
the
on the
other ones
cover?
are selling for like 130 bucks.
What's on the cover?
It's an. I'll show it to you.
Oh, you have it here?
No,
I
it's
wanna
at
see
home.
it.
But I have the digital comic here. I read that yesterday. It made me sad, bro.
Where do I get
'Cause
digital
the-
comics? I'd like to read it.
It's called Comixology. It's an app. It's an Amazon company,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you connect your Amazon account, and then you can just buy them
Because
from
like
your.
I have like a Fire tablet with Kindle on it.
Oh, you could download for Kindle too.
Oh, amazing.
And I like the way this app works for comics. 'Cause you know, comics. There's a way to read comics.
Yeah.
So this one, what it does, instead of just showing you a full page and then you zoom in,
Well,
which
let
would be
you do
stupid.
the,
Yeah, it takes you every part where you're supposed to be reading,
panel.
and then you just tap it, and it takes you to the correct panel. So it's always
really?
big and
Oh,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So it doesn't. So you don't ruin the surprise of what's coming
I
up.
miss comics. I really do.
Long story short, it's
I was
called.
never into comics. I don't know.
It's a 5-issue, so it's gonna happen 5 months, 5 miniseries
In the future.
called The Last Ronin. Okay, and basically there's only one Ninja Turtle left. The other ones are all dead. Everyone got killed.
But we don't know who.
We don't know. You find out at the end of the first comic who it is. It makes you sad. But you don't know who it is. But he has all of their weapons with him, and he's trying to get revenge. You know, and they're all talking to him in his head. Like he still sees them. He still have that correspondence. It's pretty. But anyways, I got sad. There was a moment where he was gonna kill himself. Because Japanese people, when they give up, they fucking kill themselves. And he was gonna harakiri or whatever the fuck it's called himself.
Harakiri.
Yeah, and it made me so sad because the panels, he was like, "I miss my brothers, I miss my," and he had like all their weapons down, they're broken, and he's putting the
Yeah.
bandanas. And I go, "No, little turtle, don't be sad, little turtle." You know, it's very sad.
Man, I
It's very
grew up
sad.
on the fucking Ninja Turtles. Like,
I love Ninja Turtles. Yeah,
Can I tell
I
a funny?
was never into the comic book thing, man. I don't know. And there's a lot of these things coming back now, right? Like hockey cards and sports cards. All
Are
this,
those back? Really? I didn't
no,
know.
Yeah,
sports cards
yeah.
lost a lot of value.
they're coming back.
They're probably coming. Well, I know Magic cards are still worth money.
Which one?
Magic the Gathering.
Don't know.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering is money.
It's nerd games.
Yeah.
I never collected cards.
Magic the Gathering, is
Except
super
for
fun.
Marvel cards at one point. I got into
Oh, I remember those when we were young. Yeah, we had the Spider-Man. I don't know what I
still
did
have
with them.
like I don't know. My dad, left it at my parents' house when I moved out. My dad has like a safe because my dad used to collect
Yeah,
Operation Desert Storm playing cards.
he's hilarious.
Okay, like Lieutenant Colonel First Rank Johnson, and he's like, check this one out. I'm like, Dad, what the fuck is this?
Is this a real thing?
It's a real thing.
He's hilarious.
I wonder if they're worth money.
funny.
But so he like has like this little safety box where he keeps all that shit, and like my original first run edition of the entire first run series of Spawn.
Spawn, yeah, a lot of people I know have the Spawn run.
Because it was one of those runs that people are like, this is going to be worth money maybe.
And also, people just got, comic fans were just old enough to start.
Actually, I didn't buy them myself. George from Xenospace.
Oh, really?
He bought them and gave them to me. He's like, I
Oh,
want you to
that's
have
nice.
these. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, Spawn's good.
And I've never
McFarlane.
opened any of them. Like, I read other versions of it. But
I was
yeah.
big on hockey cards.
I never. I can't.
Yeah, I still have if I go to my mom's, I have boxes.
Yeah,
of-
they're at my parents' house somewhere. Like it's boxes and boxes of hockey
Crazy,
cards.
man. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, I remember in primary school, the kids used to get together at lunchtime and show off their hockey cards. And I was just like, I don't know why do they fucking give a shit about this? I'm going to go play
Yeah.
Pogs. Fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Like, Pogs was
But-
awesome.
but comic books, yeah, no, I don't know. Never got into it.
Comic books, I love comic books. It's
It's
funny because
crazy how these things keep value or gain value.
not
Yeah.
everything. There's some stuff that doesn't. Well, it's you need scarcity. You need the market to want something, but you also need scarcity because the thing is DC Comics destroyed comics at one point when they were making a resurgence because they started that stupid trend of second, third, fourth printing. Like, so when the original print run is done, right, they would keep flooding the market with too many.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it got to the point where you can get that comic in a third print or whatever. There's fucking 80 of them at the store. So they were all disposable. They lost value.
Yeah.
You need that little scarcity, you know? Like these ones, I like, that's what they did is they break them up into variant covers, for example, and some are retailer specific. So if you didn't go to that specific place in that
You
town
can't
or
get
whatever,
it,
you
yeah.
can't get that. So then it's
Right.
it's rare.
So
But also the
strange,
stories, I prefer, like I haven't bought a comic in ages, but I went because I saw online. I go, oh, that seems interesting. I like the I like the whole dystopian future. And there's one, like they're already dead. There's only one turtle that's
Yeah.
still alive, you know. And I was like, okay, like it's already not happy-go-lucky, you know. There's already a lot at stake.
Are they going to go back to explain how they all died and all that stuff in the upcoming?
In the upcoming 4 issues, for sure, because they're giving away little hints, but it's like really in the future. Like it's not even like let's say Shredder's son. It's fucking Shredder's grandson, you know.
wow.
And there's little, so I want to know, but yeah, it's I don't want to ruin it for anyone because like the end of the issue, like I don't want to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
who the
no,
turtle
for
is. You find out at the end of the first issue, so people are gonna talk about it.
So wait, it's the same, but it's the same turtles that.
Yeah, it's the
we
It's
all
the same
know?
4 turtles, but 3 of them are dead.
So,
So
wait, these
how come
turtles are
they?
immortal?
So how come
No, they're
they're
mutant.
alive
20
like
years,
two
dude.
generations?
Huh?
How come they're still alive like in 2 generations? And like you're talking about Shredder's grandkid.
Well, Shredder's I mean, it does. Shredder's not. They killed Shredder off, but I mean,
Orokusaki was very old.
I'm gonna ruin one thing. April O'Neil is in it too, but April O'Neil, when you see her face, it's like haggard, but she must be in her like
40s.
40s, 50, let's say.
But what I'm saying is the turtles are they young or are they old too now?
Well, now they're older. The turtles were the teenage mutant Ninja
Now
Turtles,
he's
so
a
they were young.
middle-aged Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, they used to be 15 or whatever. So now let's say he's like
That's
40.
not my question. I mean, they have evolved as well.
Yeah, he's not a teenager. Yeah, he's so they're like 40 years old, 40-year-old turtles. But turtles lived like till they're in their hundreds, right? So
Some turtles, yeah.
some turtles. I don't know how mutant turtles
I think
live.
the oldest
ocean
animal, the oldest animal on Earth is like 120-year-old turtle. I was reading something the other day.
Hmm.
Oldest living animal, yeah.
Anywho, I shouldn't have even said that April O'Neil is
You've
alive.
said too
but,
much.
Yeah.
You've ruined it for me.
No, it's the one. No, it doesn't. It doesn't ruin it for you. I mean,
You know
it's
what's
a
ruining
nice
it for
little
me?
setup.
Because I saw a few of the panels, I was like, I know which turtle it is, but that's too obvious.
You're
know?
right. It is that turtle.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Because of course it's that turtle, right?
Yeah, because I thought the same thing. I thought from the beginning. The
There's
first
only
couple,
one Ronin turtle.
No. It's not what you think. Then, if you think there's one, it's not the turtle that you think it is.
Oh no?
It's no.
Oh crap.
No.
Cut our mics for a second.
It's not the turtle that you think it is. But when you find out who the turtle is, it makes everything that happened. It makes you sadder.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, it makes you sad. That's what it did to me. I was like, oh fuck, that makes me sadder. For the record,
you sold it. You just sold it to everyone. It's like everyone's gonna go buy it.
oh,
now.
it's
Everyone-
great.
no one
Get
did
it digitally. Get it if you have a. It's just a story, right? Like
Yeah.
because back in the day when comics first started, when they first came out, they were all those gimmicky for children. Like there's a werewolf, you know what I mean? And there wasn't a lot of substance to it.
Yeah.
Then in the 80s and 90s, these complicated stories with relationships, racism, there was all this stuff that like X-Men, that's what it was about,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
It was about racism and being different and ostracized, and
homophobia.
homophobia, all that stuff. So there was actual substance to the stories. But a lot of people, they missed that that there was a gap, right? It depends on what year they were in school. So to them, they only saw it's a childish cartoon thing.
Yeah.
And then when they grew up, like, why the fuck are adults reading books? They think that in the book, it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know? But the books are just, they're all allegories for real life.
My dad, I mean, all writing is, right? At one point I guess it was maybe the late 90s, he was working at this big like industrial printing company, and they were printing DC comics, but like when they would do a mini series like a Dark Side run.
Yeah, like now they're thick.
Yeah, and it's like a 250 page book. Like it's a paperback, but it feels like a hardcover.
Yeah,
almost,
I like
right?
those.
And he used to just like bring them to me. So like once every 2-3 weeks, I'd get like this massive 200-page graphic novel for free, and I'd be like, "It's great."
Yeah.
And I would just read them, and there was some really cool stuff in there, and that's where I learned most of everything I knew from because I didn't know much about DC. I never really.
DC was a bit goofier for longer, and then
But these were
the
grim.
movies
These were
went
dark.
Yeah.
These were interesting.
That was Frank Miller's time.
Yeah, that's when it was.
Some turtles could be around 400 or 500 years old.
Yeah, that
Whoa.
doesn't matter. It's not related to real life. This is just a story. Like I said, this is
No,
like,
but that's
And
equally
Jonathan is
equally
187.
187. That's it, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Fucking pro bonus.
Jonathan, the
My
turtle.
cousin.
But yeah, anyways, all that to say for comics, George, because you were wondering, so a lot is like sentimental value, obviously, but most of it is scarcity if you can't find it, rare. But the ones
Supply
that
and demand.
Yeah, supply and demand, exactly. But the stuff that still sells now, there's comics that don't sell that well, but this kind of shit sells if it's a story that it's relatable and it's dark, and there's things at stake. If there's something at stake, people will enjoy it. But if you do the comic trope of nobody ever really dies, they're going to use magic to bring him back to life and all that, then you're like, well, I'm not invested in this anymore because there are no stakes. There's nothing at stake here. That's why I like this kind of stuff. Like, these turtles ain't coming back.
Except for when they do another miniseries and erase this from the canon.
No, this is in the future, this canon. So they're going to keep this, kind of like Old Man Logan. You ever read Old Man
Yeah,
Logan?
of
That was a
course.
good graphic novel. I have that.
That was great.
Yeah.
Isn't that
No.
what Logan is based on? More or less.
They stole some stuff from me.
A
Yeah.
lot of it.
So Old Man Logan was a story, George, a miniseries that Marvel had done. I guess it's not canon, but it's in the future. So everyone's dead basically. He's an old man, Logan, but he survived for so long.
Logan
And-
is Wolverine. George,
yeah.
in case you know.
Yeah,
I'm
that-
not
Yeah,
sure.
he knows. And
This
but
look
then
on your face.
but then you also find out that he killed the X-Men.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking
There's
crazy.
also that Hulk comic in the future.
And they separate the states the United States of America are all separated into other mini states, but they're all ran by supervillains.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
you
that's
ever
pretty
read
cool.
the Hulk comic? I forget what it's called. Is it Immortal Hulk or? It's like 150 years in the future. The world has died. The world has gone
Oh,
extinct.
Planet Hulk.
Is it Planet Hulk?
Planet Hulk is when he's on another planet.
No, he's here. He's here. And Banner's trying to commit suicide for like a century, but the Hulk won't let him.
I
And
remember
he's gone
that.
fucking crazy. It's really really dark.
Yeah, so
comic.
yeah, there's a lot of dark. It's not all slapsticky. There's a lot of
no,
real. Because to me, it's like because I read a lot of books. It's the same thing as books. Just that now there's visual
some pictures,
art that I
yeah.
really like. But that's all
Yeah.
it is. It's all these emotional stories. I can't read the stuff that's for like general public. I can't read that because it's too goofy for me. Like there's
I mean,
nothing.
even the Spider-Man stuff in the 90s when they moved into like that whole Scarlet Spider thing.
I loved
I
Scarlet
love Scarlet
Spider.
Spider. I have
I
all
love
of
the
those.
Clone Saga, but it got too goofy even
It
for
got-
me
at
as
the
a
end,
kid.
yeah, once the Jackal starts, like it
Yeah.
just gets weird. It's
There's
just weird.
a clone of a clone, but he thought he was the clone, but you're really the clone.
It's that
I was
thing.
like, you're
It's
all
this.
clowns.
It's
You're
this.
you're all clowns. What are you doing?
The Spider-Man.
What are you doing? This isn't.
Yeah, and
this
the
isn't
fucking
deep.
Kane, you're like, what? He's mentally retarded? Is
The
that what's wrong
simple
with him?
story was amazing that the guy who thought he was a clone
Wasn't.
for a fucking 2 years. You're reading these comics, you find out that the clone was really the guy that you thought was Spider-Man for 2 years, and the guy that changed his name, bleached his hair, was the real Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's a cool story, but everything in between, they fucked it all up.
Yeah. And I liked his hoodie. His hoodie was cool.
It looked cool.
I
Anyways,
dressed up as him once for
let's move away
Halloween.
from comics because George is gonna kill himself.
George is gonna go to work now. I guess.
I gotta run. But no, I find it interesting. It's like this whole culture thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pantelis is culture. We're making T-shirts.
I told you, Pantelis is culture, guys.
I am culture.
Funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am Chappie.
I'm gonna go work for Marvel next. I don't actually. I wouldn't want to work for Marvel. I would, even though I would love to work on something Spider-Man related, like to write stories for him.
Change your name though, right?
No, I would still
Pant
be
Lee.
just Pantelis. Yeah.
Pant Lee.
What is it? Is it Image? It's Image, right? That McFarlane owns. It's not Dark Horse. It's Image. Yeah,
Dark
it's
Horse
Image.
is Miller, right?
No, Miller doesn't own.
He founded Dark Horse, didn't he?
Did he?
I think so.
I don't think so,
I'm
no.
not gonna like. It's not my hill to die on. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. But I think it's Image Comics that has Spawn McFarlane. Him, I'd go work for because he lets you do what you want.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Creative freedom.
I'd love to create a superhero.
Yeah, I have many superheroes. In my head.
Do it. Do it.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
call him George.
George, get out of here. Go to work. Make some money.
Right. I'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Ciao.
Later, Jay.
Georgi. I need to take a picture of Poseidon. He looks incredibly homeless right now.
Yeah, he's very homeless.
Look at that. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll post it in the Discord later. Hit that music. Let him do a plug now that George just left, and let's get a little vibe going. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Jalai.
Oh
Rastafari.
my.
Hola.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Pantelis. That's where you go.
Yeah, go.
Support all the shows we do. Support the industry. You get exclusive podcast episodes that you don't get anywhere else. You also get to watch us live. You get to watch the Pantelis podcast, the French cast, live before anyone else.
In the shower.
You also get the audio versions before anyone else. You're unique. You're unique New York. Patreon.com/Pantelis. PantelisComedy.com for all of my stuff. Teeny Beanie says superheroes are the opiate for the dumb. Actually,
I don't know about that. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can even get partially behind that statement.
it's completely untrue.
I mean, the MCU may quite possibly be that opiate.
No.
Not superheroes.
Yeah, exactly. But superheroes, that would mostly entail, let's like saying, I guess, the lottery are the extra tax for the dumb. It could be that.
I mean, I can partially get behind
Yeah.
that. Marijuana smoking
People-
music.
People who can't get behind art and culture, people who don't like to read, they are the dumb. That's the thing, right? But they take it out with aggressive
there's
fashion
n-
like that. Like,
there's some-
you're reading books, nerd. I don't have imagination.
No,
So you must be the problem because my uncle molested me. Anyways, yeah.
God damn.
You like that, Poseidon?
Speaking of marijuana.
0 to 150.
so
Said the guy got
went,
molested.
yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, even the screen name. I see it now.
Now you got it. You got it. You
yeah,
got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to take a leak earlier,
Yeah.
and on the urinal, like on the metal part on top, you know where the flush thing is, there was a like a tin, like a plastic jar
Yeah.
of marijuana.
Real? Oh, somebody forgot it.
I mean, how badly did you need to pee and get the fuck out of there after your hand job at the massage place that you forgot your weed? Look, I have
Wait,
a
which
picture.
bathroom was it at?
The other one, because I forgot my keys, so I just went to pee there.
That's the other one?
Yeah.
No, that's this one here.
No, look how big it is.
Oh.
This one's smaller.
They put those stupid. By the way, does that make sense to you?
Leave this
Prière.
place as clean as you would like to find it.
No. That I've never heard that before. Prière.
I've heard of prier.
Yeah, but he says prière laissée. Like, is he saying pray that you leave
So
it?
let's put it to the plenty of French speakers, and I'm curious now. I'm not sure. So it says, "Please leave this." This is a message.
No,
that's
what
on
he
the
meant
wall.
to say was "Je t'en prie."
Hold on. Let's
Like,
just ask people
I
who
beg of
aren't
you.
us.
Yeah, I beg of
Yeah.
you, but the way
But
he
it-
wrote
yeah,
it.
'cause he
Please leave
fucked it
this
up.
place as clean as you would like to find it when entering. And the French version says, "Prière," like Priere, laissez cet endroit aussi propre que vous souhaitez le trouver en entrant. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, my French is terrible. I know. But I'm pretty sure that's. I don't know. Why is it feminine?
Prière, but it just starts with prière. I don't know. It
I
doesn't.
think he just
You
didn't
can
write it
start
well.
with prier. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
Prière. How do you start with
No,
prière?
I didn't take it. Fuck, I'm not gonna steal fucking urinal marijuana. What kind of person do you think I am?
Prière de laisser la toilette aussi.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I never heard it before.
You know.
Yeah, it kind of goes.
Hey, La Nation in the chat, let us know. Because we can continue and someone will correct it.
Someone's gonna
Someone's
correct it.
Googling it right
Yeah,
now. They're
I
like,
hope
let
we
me
find
check
out how
this
it's
out.
But every time I see it, I'm taking a piss and it bothers me.
It's classy French,
Ah,
but it's
there you
okay.
go,
Is
yeah.
it maybe North African French? Is it that,
No.
oh oui les mecs, on va fumer des clopes,
No, not
sympa.
Prière, is that what it says in there? Prière de laisser.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Veuillez laisser. That's what, yeah.
Oh, so we're supposed to say veuillez laisser. So wait, are you saying that Quebec is
It's just a nice way of
we
saying
Fancy.
it.
bastardized the language?
Are you saying that's what, are you asking me if that's what I'm saying?
I'm saying that's what they're saying.
No, I think it's just very formal is what they mean.
It's well wrote.
It's done.
It's well wrote.
Well written.
it's
God damn it, Poseidon.
Okay, now that we've established that it's been well inscribed on the wall, I've never seen anyone drink water quite like that. That was impressive. How did you do?
C'est crissement bien écrit le gros.
Hey, tigidoo, lai lai. It's standard French. Okay, it's just fancy for French people. That's my like Abitibi, ma tante Karine. Hey, tigidoo, lai lai.
When you leave the bathroom, the regular one here, do you close the lights or no?
No, why? It's a public restroom. Shouldn't they be on?
I don't know. I leave them on because
I
of the
leave them
sign. It says you want to find this place. You want to leave this place the way you want to find it. I want to find it with the lights on. But but I've noticed some people, because it's personal, like it's pretty tight.
small, yeah.
They close the lights.
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe you're overthinking, and people just do it out of habit.
Yeah, my whole life is me overthinking shit. That's
But
how. Yeah.
I would not want to touch. Like, I already have a hard enough time getting out of that bathroom during a pandemic. Like, I've now washed my hands; they're disinfected. I have to touch the fucking 2 doorknobs to open it. Like, how is that? That doesn't make sense.
How did that turn on?
I don't know.
That's weird. Can you go
I
check
mean,
it out?
Right here, it clearly wasn't me.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm just curious.
Maybe it was left on auto.
Yeah, it was off this whole time.
So, yeah, no, it
Did
would have
anyone
turned
come
on
in
by
last
now.
night from you guys.
No, he came in around 6.
Did you touch the AC last night? What just happened?
You see that?
The door electrocuted him.
Oh,
I had it on auto during the day because it was super hot in here yesterday. I walk in, Spiro was just like, bro, it's hot as balls. Malaga. I'm just like sweating.
where's?
Yeah, it's okay. Where's Spiro? I don't know.
Yeah, he. This guy's static. So a lot of people have been receiving their PS5s. Poseidon.
Yeah? Gatineau's not Quebec.
I would like to say, you know what I've noticed? No, Gatineau is Ontario.
I mean,
no?
technically it is, but it's basically Ontario.
Is it basically Quebec or is it basically Ontario?
It is 100% and legally and jurisdictionally Quebec.
Ah, then that makes sense. That's why they speak
But
French.
it's so close. No, because he just, in the chat, Desperate says it's borderline English. Because it's so close to Ottawa. Like,
But they all speak French. No?
I don't know
Gatineau?
if the whole population is bilingual, but they all
They
speak
should be
English.
right there.
Most of them work in Ottawa.
But Poseidon, so yeah, yesterday people received their PS5s. I was looking online. Even Daniel Cormier was. But this is what I'm going to
Who's
say.
Daniel Cormier?
He's a UFC fighter.
Oh, okay. I went to high school with a Daniel Cormier.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It wasn't
he was
him.
not a UFC fighter.
I don't know, because like Sony gave out to influencers, right?
Yeah.
But they gave to like fighters. They gave to people who I don't consider are that influential in the video game industry.
Such as?
Well, they gave some athletes that, they share one photo. I got a PS5 and then that's it. They're not gamers, right? But Sony didn't send me shit. And I think in my neighborhood, I'm the biggest influencer. And even if that's debatable, on my block, guaranteed the number one influencer.
I mean, I don't know the statistics. I can say without a doubt on your floor, the biggest.
For sure, at least on my floor.
You
I
go
received,
home and your neighbor's like, he's like, bro, what the fuck? Why are you talking shit?
Yeah,
you ain't nothing.
And I've not received anything from Sony. And it disappoints me. It saddens me.
You know what made me sad just now? That I'm not an influencer, but I'm also not the most popular on the internet on my floor. Like, my neighbors have a way bigger following.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're the chocolate people there.
Oh, yeah.
Not like that. That's not what I mean. They sell chocolate.
What?
Racist.
Just in case.
The black guys you're talking about, no?
No, fuck no. No, the people who make those bars.
I know.
I'm just making
I'm
sure
just
everyone
making-
knows I'm
I'm
not.
making you look like a villain. Claudio says I'm waiting in the car with Peter Bowen. So
You want to try that again in a different kind of English for us?
Claudio, do you want to write that again in non-retard? Yeah, so they didn't send me anything is what I'm saying, Sony. Sony, I've been loyal to you for years.
And if you're going to send him something, by association, I need an A7S Mark III, guys. I just want to test it out. I'll send it back, I promise.
For years, I've been backing
The
you guys.
chocolate
I had the
people.
PS1.
Now that
I had many PS1s, many PS2s. I had a PS3, PS4. I got a PS Vita, PSP.
PS Vita. You had a PS Vita?
Hey?
You had a PS Vita?
Yeah, I bought it from these two black kids
Okay.
for
Is
$100.
there more to that story there?
I found them on Kijiji.
Oh, okay.
But why they? You did what I do.
He's really ruining all your jokes today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, he's
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Now that I saw the chocolate people written out and realized, I have a funny story. I go to my daughter. Who do you play with?
Yeah, PS5 they sell for $2K on Amazon. Mademoiselle, I'm not gonna. Are you crazy?
No.
2K. If I got rent to pay. I'm not gonna pay
That's
2K
retarded, yeah.
because people are scamming me. Even regular price, I'm not. I'm probably gonna pay regular price for this, but they're not available. You can't go to the store and buy them. Claudio has rewritten his statement.
I am waiting with my friend Peter Bowen in the car in
I
front
am
of
waiting
Walmart.
with my friend
Frenette.
Peter Bowen.
Friend.
Peter Bowen. Oh, it's Peter Bowen. Okay, in the car.
You know Peter Bowen?
In front of Walmart. Yes, in front of Walmart. So a stranger can give us their PS5 they bought, and we drive away.
Why would they give it to you?
That sounds like they're gonna
You're
rob
gonna-
somebody.
I'm gonna tell you two things. Number one, you're gonna be there all day, and number two, don't you fucking lie to me. If there's a Walmart that has physical PlayStations, you let me know right now, Claudio. You let me know right now so I can send Poseidon to buy me a goddamn PlayStation.
No, fuck it. Just send him to fucking knock off Claudio.
We're gonna rob Claudio.
Oh, man.
How funny would that be if he robs a guy and then we rob him?
I mean, that's not stealing at that point. It's liberating. You're liberating the device.
Yeah.
I'm Alexander the Great.
Or Robin of the Hood.
Yo. I'm dying today. I didn't want to say. The PS5 is huge, by the way. Eh?
What?
Have you seen the PS5? It's
Yeah.
humongous.
Why
I
did
know.
you say that as though we weren't talking about the PS5? Your intonation was really weird there.
Did you see the PS5? We were talking about the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we know it's big.
Anyway, I'm going to change the
It's not that
subject for a
big.
split second.
Go.
Why?
So my daughter was telling me a story about, daycare stuff. I'm like, okay, this is super
Was it
interesting.
PS5 related?
No, no.
All right.
And she goes, and I was playing with Philippe. I'm like, who's Philippe?
Philippe?
I don't know this friend, Philippe. She goes, my friend Philippe. I go, which one is that? She goes, he's my friend. He's a boy. I'm like, okay. What does he look like? She's like, he has
Hair?
black hair and a brown face. I was like, wait, what? It's just, and she goes, and then there's this brown.
Who are you
all
hanging?
all over him? I was like, what?
Who are you hanging out with?
I was like, okay.
What the fuck kind of daycare is this?
So I was like, trying to understand. Me and my wife almost chuckled because it's the first time that she's ever tried to describe a kid to us who doesn't look like her, right? So the next day, I ask the daycare, I'm like, which one of her friends is like Philippe, which one is he? And the teacher points to me. I'm like, okay, he's a little black kid. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. He's trying to describe. And obviously a child wouldn't say he has a black face because he doesn't. He has a brown face. His skin is like darker brown, right? 2 days later, I come up to one of the kids next to Leia as they're coming out of school. I'm like, hey, hi, Philippe. How are you? What does my daughter tell me? She goes, Dad, that's not Philippe. That's Victoria's little brother. I'm like, oh, shit. How embarrassing is that? To the dad. Like, because the father was there, and he's like, who the fuck is Philippe?
That's funny. Your
it's
daughter's
bad.
a racist.
What?
It's a good start, though.
That wasn't the takeaway from
That's
that.
what I took
That was
away
my
from
fuck
this.
up.
That's
That was
what
my
I
fuck
took-
up.
I took away from this.
I just mean kids are so innocent. It's funny.
Yes,
just
kids
cute.
are kids. If we treat them right and we teach them properly, are going to bring in the peace generation. But instead, we're going to make them aggressive.
No, we're going to make them lazy.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing. We're
lazy
coddling
and
them.
aggressive.
We're coddling them too much. Unless you steal ice, I guess. I mean,
I don't like
wow,
that.
this descended into randomness.
Very. Haha, he's saying all black the same.
Not exactly what I was saying, but
The way he wrote it, though, it's like the way he wrote it. Haha, he's saying all black the same. Ha.
it's like Borat's here.
Yeah, I like that. That's amazing.
Chocolate people. Oh no.
Yeah, that'd be so funny if your daughter starts saying that.
But
Me and chocolate face.
oh god. Oh god. No, I just thought it was cute how she described it. So innocent. Like it wasn't like the black guy. It was like just descriptive. You know that whole joke that you're in a store, that's white guilt shit. You're in a store and someone goes, "Did someone help you today?" And it's obviously one of the people in the store who's working who's black, and you're like, she had black hair. Just to fucking describe the black chick over there. She helped me.
That's
Black
never
lady.
happened to me.
I mean, I've never had an issue, but I've seen people in stores struggle to be like, and they'll be like,
Oh, I'll be like the black guy.
I don't see them right now. They're like, can you describe them? Ooh,
Really?
she didn't look like me, and you're
Oh,
like,
that's
seriously right now, like,
Oh, that's racist. Yeah, no, I just say it. The black guy, the big guy,
no,
the
because
tall guy,
people
the
are
short
so
guy.
nervous to say, oh, that person is black. Like,
But
what
he
the
is black.
exactly? It's I don't know.
That's a weird. You know what I've
It's
noticed?
fucking. It's a weird. chip on your shoulder.
Racists make it awkward for non-racists by
Yeah.
doing shit like that, by pretending like they're not racist.
Yeah.
Why did Olga say nice things about my kids and then retract it?
Because she didn't want to lie.
That hurts my feelings. I want to see how this gets explained.
Yeah, you see, Mademoiselle's right. You have to be careful
Oh, super
what
cute,
you say
yeah.
around kids because they repeat everything.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, we're having an issue now. She'll be walking, so she'll be like doing something, and she goes,
Back to your country.
"What? You fuck." No, she'll just go, "Fucking." I was like, "You can't
Oh
say
no,
that."
is that you or Anna?
It's me. It's 100% me. I'm like, you can't say that. She said bad words in Greek. I mean, she said the F word a few times. I don't know why I said the F word. But I've explained
What are
to
your
her.
thoughts on Fat Albert?
Fat Albert? I mean, he was black, right?
Yeah, he wasn't. He has,
I mean, if
but
that's
is
the
there a new
question-
Fat Albert cartoon?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a weird fucking.
We could
thing,
just
man.
wait for Death Row to tell us. Shame on you, Steph. Honestly, just tell people it was the black lady.
Yeah.
That's when we've gone. The circle has gone so far that it's not even logical anymore. Like we've gone so far away from being racist that we've become racist again.
No, they never stop being racist. The problem is that racists
You're
do
right.
this.
You're right.
They get super overly aggressive and they try to make you feel bad. I don't feel bad. I'll describe things
I
the way
once
they are.
actually they're like, who helped you? I'm like, oh, it was the black dude over there, And like I had like a great conversation with this guy. He was a super dude. There was no reason for me to be upset with him. He helped me out. I wanted him to get his commission. That's it. And she looks at me. She goes, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "What? Is there more than one black dude on the floor right now?" And then she just looked at me again. I'm like, "I don't know." His name was like, and I can't remember his name now. So I said his name. She goes, "You knew his name?" I go, "It didn't come to me right away." And she was so like bewildered by me. And then the guy shows up. He starts talking to me. We're like shooting the shit while he's getting his commission as she's scanning whatever I was buying. And she goes, and I heard her say it to him as I walk. "You know, he called you the black dude." And he's like, "So?" He's like, "Whatever, I'm black." Like,
Woman
whatever.
says League of Legends character Seraphine is based on her. Riot Games denies it.
League of Legends?
Some lady, let's see, this woman named Stephanie was in a brief relationship with a Riot employee in 2019. A woman named Stephanie has alleged that a new League of Legends character with a similar appearance
What
and
is League
name,
of Legends?
it's an online game,
Okay.
is based on her. At the crux of her allegation is a brief relationship she had with a Riot employee in 2019, an employee who she believes borrowed details from her likeness and life for the fictional K-pop. So he made, I mean, I don't understand. The character has a cat,
Okay.
and she also has a cat.
Whoa.
She,
Smoking gun.
she's a ginger, and the
Characters.
character has pink hair.
I mean, that's kind of not the same at all, but go
Well,
on.
she says it is.
Sure.
Because at some point she dyed her hair pink.
Is that what she says?
Yeah, I see.
Fucking
that.
Poseidon with the additional
Oh,
details.
Poseidon's not fucking around. She wears glasses, and the character wears glasses.
I mean, it's clear that they've stolen her life.
The
That's
name,
pretty fucked up.
The name is Seraphine, and her name is Stephanie.
What?
Riot denies the allegations.
No shit.
Seraphine was independently created by Riot Games. It was not based on any individual, wrote the company. Additionally, the former employee that Stephanie is referring to left Riot more than a year ago and was in a department and role that has no input whatsoever into creative
He
design.
was the
process.
accountant.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an idiot.
She is an idiot. Yeah. I'm looking at it here. Not include making. I have a
Oh
lot
man,
of this.
there's infighting in the chat, huh? They're going at each other.
Oh.
With us?
No, they're fighting with each other.
What are they fighting about?
Well, you're an SJW. No, you're an SJW.
For what?
I don't know. Maybe they're menstruating. I'm not sure. I'm just
People
fucking around. I'm
afraid
just
of
fucking
name-
around.
Yeah, they're not fighting.
Yeah, I know. It was. Why can you only be sarcastic?
Oh, I'm not. I just because I was reading the story, I thought you pulled me off it because there was.
I pulled you off it
civil
because
war.
I was losing interest in it.
It's
to be
just
honest.
interesting that you could sue people for anything.
You can sue people for anything. Should we do follow-ups on my my criminal investigation?
Oh yeah, let them
home?
know. Yeah. Did you find anything else?
I have
Girl
found
is insane.
Yeah, she's crazy, right?
She's insane.
Fucking-
Seraphine.
She's a nut.
I too have a cat. Shut the fuck up.
my hair was once hair. Shots
My hair was
fired.
once pink too. Like, fuck off. Like, you know how many fucking broads dye their hair pink now?
You can't use that term anymore.
What term? Broads?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Maybe this is something for me and Phil.
Yeah.
Business leaders react to budget. Montreal went further than what we had been hoping for.
In what sense?
There was one move to make, reassuring Montrealers and businesses that the tax burden wasn't going to increase.
Oh, good. And did they?
I guess not. No, I guess she's trying to do something, Valerie Plante. Oh, by the way, Valerie Plante's people have reached out to our endeavor. Mike spoke with a Greekster. His name is
What?
Zubri. Yeah, because we're
Mike Zubris.
huh?
The guy who has Zubris on Park Avenue.
They must be related. His name is
must
Jimmy,
be.
I think. Jimmy Zubri.
That's Jimmy Zubris. That's
Oh.
Zubri.
Oh, hey man.
Yeah, he's like a mile end counselor or something.
Yeah, he's one of her.
Yeah. He's an interesting dude, that guy.
Oh, well, we'll get to meet him. Mike
Yeah.
called me the other day. He told me because Mike's getting 20. Mike has 25 G's to put down. We got people that are volunteering
For
to
the
build those little houses.
yes.
So now they said they're open to negotiate.
If you guys do that and you get it
We're
done,
gonna do it.
Mike will have done more for the city than Valerie Plante.
Yeah, maybe that's
why
why
did I say her name so weird? Was it weird or was
it
it,
was a
just
little
me?
plant. You said.
Valerie Plante.
Point is, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, they reached out. So let's see if we'll take it to the next step because we got the people. We got some funding from Mike. We're gonna see if anybody else wants to fund, but he doesn't care about that. Mike said best case scenario is get like Rona and these places if they want to volunteer, just give us equipment.
You guys aren't gonna like film you guys putting people in the houses, right?
No, why the fuck would we do
Okay,
that?
just make sure.
What?
Because I
Why
hate
would
when
we do
people
that?
do things that are humanitarian based, and they film it and put it
No,
online.
that's in your head. That was never. We're not even going to be there. People are going to.
I'm.
And also, we would
It
never
was a
put those people.
question. It was a question.
Yeah,
That's
we would
all.
never put those people on camera. These are
Thank
a
you.
lot of people are newly homeless too. It's
You
embarrassing.
know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, but
those
that was
people who
never the
feed a homeless
intention.
guy and they film it.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
never
disgusting.
the intention. We're not going to make a video.
I'm
Are you
just
crazy?
making sure, man.
Yeah, no, never.
I'm sorry to even insinuate it.
Yeah, no, we're not even going to be there. Yeah.
Why is Olga so excited about Jimmy Zubris?
But the campaign on Twitter helped because we bullied them
didn't see it at
because you
all.
couldn't reach out to them. So Mike just said, "Hey, does anybody have any contact with these fucking people?" And then we shared a couple tweets, retweeted, and then
Yeah.
someone reached out said, "Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
I mean, you never told me you needed help contact. I could have helped you there, but anyways.
You
Now
know
it's
her
done. No, my dad could have easily. He has contacts in the city.
with her."
Yeah, to her party.
Oh,
of
I didn't
course.
know.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
we've been
also
trying
city
for 2 weeks.
councilors, a bunch of people we could have
We've been
reached
trying
out
for
to.
no, because we got to go to the top right away because the time is ticking.
Because it's going to get cold.
It's getting cold.
How long does it take to fabricate these things?
Not that long. In 2 weeks you can have forgot how many little houses.
What do they have inside? Like a bed, a toilet, and...
Not a toilet. No, it's small. It's just so you could survive. The one guy was
there's
asking
no, like, lavatory.
he could put like running water and shit like that, but it would get complicated. You would have to find a spot to leave it in. But Mike sent me the guy's designs.
Oh, I'd like to see them later, or no?
Yeah, well, not now, but I'm just
Oh,
looking at the
okay,
prices.
Olga. I was just curious. I thought maybe he was your paper pusher. Like you buy your school
mattress. So
supplies
the guy
from
put
him.
all the prices down. It might be around 1,200 a house.
How many square feet are they? Do you know? Like the size of this table, ish.
20 times ish 40. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Let me see. What you got? Oh, I thought it was like a schematic. I didn't realize it was just random handwriting.
No, there's schematics to it.
Oh, okay.
96 inches by 42. Does that make sense?
It's about the size of your podcast table.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a small
That's
little
not
spot.
bad, actually.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good space.
Yeah.
How many? And it's for one person, obviously, during a pandemic.
If they're individual, there's going to be a lot of them.
No, I mean each one is for an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That
It's
makes
just
sense.
because there's an influx this year. There's more homeless, and already they don't take care of them.
Do you think this is going to go sideways and it'll just become a place for homeless people to have orgies?
I thought about that.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought about that eventuality. Look, as long as there's some, our thing is just
they have somewhere safe and warm.
don't die. Our thing is this year's been fucked up. Imagine people just because of the they're new homeless is worse than old homeless because new homeless you don't know how to traverse the the situation.
I mean, in the shelters, or especially if you have like a family and shit,
Yeah.
like not family who could help you. I mean, like young kids or.
It's crazy.
I remember when I
anyways.
worked at CLSC downtown because at the beginning of my government journey there, I was at the one downtown. There was a lot of homelessness, and it was a lot of the First Nations, like the Inuit, that around Atwater, that area.
They
where
were
you always
building
see them.
igloos.
No, they well played. No, it's just you get to know them, and it's just fucking sad. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking sad.
Anyway,
It's
but
a
you
bit
were
of a
bringing
downer.
something out. Updating your story. Well, you made it more down. I just said there was a positive.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
it is a
you
positive. It
brought-
is a positive.
It was a positive because we finally bullying works. We got them to agree to
You heard it here first, people. Bullying, it works.
if you do it properly.
Yeah.
So Phil, did you mention that on this
I did
Wednesday?
on Wednesday. That's why I figured.
So long story short, I'll catch you guys up to speed. Phil has problems in the building that he lives in. He's not a noisy neighbor. He's an inconsiderate neighbor.
What?
And recently, people got mad at him because he's notorious for not breaking up boxes when he puts them in the recycling.
None of that is
bins?
true.
What?
None of that is true.
I thought that's how the story started.
I mean, that's how the story allegedly starts. I'm not notorious for doing this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were notorious.
I'm not like a serial transgressor. I've done it like a handful of times. I've left a box, whatever.
Okay, but whether he leaves a million boxes or one box doesn't matter. The point is, people. Someone's getting mad at him not breaking up Amazon boxes.
And throwing them directly in the recycling.
Yeah.
whatever.
Where do you throw them?
In the bin.
So then,
I'm throwing them out. I'm just not.
So what's the issue?
So my
the
building has a policy which I didn't know until right now. I mean, one of the policies is don't leave trash in the halls. That makes sense.
that makes
It's
sense.
fine.
Yeah. Why you would leave trash in the halls?
No, never.
Okay, so then.
But they said you have to break the boxes, roll them up, and tie them with string. I'm like, that seems like
That's
really
excessive.
And then they told me if you don't, we get charged by the cleaning company. So they effectively told me that they charge us extra to do what we pay them to do, which is kind of silly and whatever.
Well, even that's stupid. But point
Yeah.
is,
So someone left trash in front of my door. That's the long story short.
actual trash. Like they left
It
a
wasn't
box
my trash.
with actual garbage in there and a note that said maybe next time you'll be more considerate of
Courteous
others,
or something, right?
which is super aggressive.
passive aggressive, I'd say.
I mean, it's garbage, trash
No,
in
you're
front
right.
of your
I mean,
door.
the note is passive
The
aggressive.
note is passive aggressive,
Yeah.
but the garbage is aggressive.
But they also delivered my packages, which is nice. Like they brought my packages up, which was their undoing.
Oh, it was the same
that's
person.
where we caught them on the camera.
It was the same person.
Yeah, because they had the box in one hand and my packages in tow.
No way.
So we know who. I don't know who it is. The management company knows who it is. I've now filed a police report. My conversation with the police has been the highlight of 2020 for me.
Tell me.
So I printed out all of my communication, like my emails with the management company, because I didn't want to repeat the whole story again. So while I'm kind of giving them, filling in details, one of them is reading the email, and she's like, "Yo, this is sketch." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "If someone, no, they're covering for someone." Like they just started getting super into it. So now I'm just waiting to find out who did it. That's it. Like that's where I'm at. That's
But they have him on camera.
The building admitted to me that they know who it is, got them to admit, and they said they wouldn't do it again. So then I called the police and I said, they know who it is. I want to know who it is.
Good.
And then we'll decide what we're going to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
People have nothing better to do.
No, people got
I'm
nothing
going to
better.
go grab another bottle of water. I'm super
And Phil. Oh,
yeah, you
and
drank,
Phil,
you drank it, eh?
I didn't. Is this one?
What were you going to say?
You can have some. Phil. So here's the thing. So Phil has had like back and forth. Phil got his identity stolen in that building a little while back, which leads us to believe that it could be connected. It could not be.
I don't think
because
it is.
They were taking his address and stuff from, because he would remove the address from the boxes.
Yeah, because someone stole my identity.
Because someone stole his identity.
I tear up my packing slips.
And even one time a few months ago, his car, where it was parked in his garage, it was covered in boxes.
Not covered. It was a box.
Oh, in one
It was
box?
a single box, but it was placed in such a way that it was like,
Obvious.
yeah. And
So they put, so this guy or girl is probably a guy, has been doing a little passive aggressive stuff towards our
I
bald
used to
friend here.
recombobulate like a puzzle my packing slips, put them back together from the trash, which is disgusting and illegal, by the way, and then stick them in my mailbox. That's
Wait, they have access inside your mailbox?
What?
no, there's like a slot where the mail goes in,
Oh, there's a slot. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
slots. Yeah.
which is weird because the mailman just opens the whole thing. But
So he would go into the garbage
find my stuff, put them together.
and
Put
throw.
it in.
Did you say this to the cops?
I did, yeah.
That's
of course.
psycho
all.
shit.
I've also told the management company it's psycho shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want bodyguards? I have a baseball bat. I mean, no, thank you. I'm okay. I'm not overly concerned for my safety because it was either someone in the building. Like I have like 5 suspects in my mind, all of which I could take if I needed to. They're old, so it's fine. And then there's the guy who works for the management company.
I think
who
it's
doesn't
him.
like me. Him? I mean, he's bigger than me, but he seems like a pussy.
I'll take him.
I mean, plus I'll just call Poseidon.
Just give him a kick to the balls.
Like I'll just be like Poseidon. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. And like I have knives and shit. Like I can stab.
Well,
if I get attacked.
You're losing your court case now.
If someone attacks me and I defend myself,
Yeah, it's Canada. If somebody attacks you, defend stuff, and you hurt him, like if you use knife and he has his hands, you go to jail.
why did you say knife?
Knives, I said.
No knives. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, maybe no knives. You're right. But I'll kick him in the nuts like Poseidon.
That's the fucked up thing about Canada. You know that, right?
You can't even defend yourself.
Yeah.
He has to swing first.
If
I
someone,
mean-
who was the guy that got shot in the head, that then shot the guy that shot him in the head?
I don't remember this.
Do you remember this story?
No.
He went to jail. So he got shot. The guy broke into his house and shot him in the head.
Okay.
He didn't have. The guy got up. Like I guess the bullet didn't hit anywhere that it had.
Yeah.
He's fucking wrestled the gun away from him. Killed the guy. He chased him down and killed the guy who came in to shoot him in the head. And then that guy went to jail.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not.
We had talked about this like a long time ago. I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you're not allowed to kill people in Canada. This guy broke into my house and shot me in the head.
Yeah, that's not.
By the way,
Yeah.
Thomas, the address thing, yes. I mean, my address isn't public actually, but my phone number's on there because it's Amazon, right? There's
Yeah.
more details on there.
Yeah, they put shit they shouldn't be putting.
Yeah. I'm not going to use any weapons, guys. I'm just saying, this guy's not going to attack me. The one thing that freaked me out, though, I looked into the company that we have as a management company. I sent you the reviews. Did you read any of them?
You didn't send me the reviews.
In the studio chat that we have with Spiro.
Oh, I didn't see.
So some of the reviews ring almost identically
To what you...
to what I've experienced, which is like, oh, these guys are criminals. Their owner's a lawyer. I mean, it could be crazy people too, but a lot of that stuff rang too true. Like they use intimidation tactics and fake fines, and they try to scare you by using the bylaws against you when you don't understand the law.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they have been doing that, but like they fell on me. I'm not to be fucked with like the bylaws. They're like, we're gonna fine you for not taking down your lights. I'm like, what lights? This is like months ago.
On
Like
your
an
balcony.
LED strip. I'm like, show me the bylaw that says you can do that. They're like, so it says, I don't know, you cannot attach blinking or standard and it says tungsten and lists all the type of light bulbs, right? Because it was written 10 years ago. And you can't attach them with nails or adhesive. I said, okay, so I'm fine. They're like, what do you mean? I go, I didn't do any of this. Mine are LEDs. They're shaped like a rope, and they're just kind of strung underneath my, like there's like a gap inside the rail.
And it looks nice.
And it's inside. It's recessed, and it just gives me enough light to see at night. He's like, yeah, well, you're bending the rules. I'm like, I don't think I am. Call a lawyer. And he goes, I'm going to fine you. Take him down. I've never taken them down. They never find me. They can't find me.
Yeah, what are you gonna find me for? Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking
Bro.
pussies.
I hate these fines. I remember when I used to play.
Heavy Travolta. Wait, let me go get that water.
Go. I used to play hockey. I remember that in the leagues. You get into a fight or you get suspended. We're fining you $20. What's with the fine? Where's this money going? What fine? What the fuck are you talking about?
Just an extra way to make some extra cash.
Extra cash.
Yeah.
Extra cash. God damn it, Poseidon. So about this PS5 thing.
Yeah.
So there's no place in Montreal that has a physical PS5 that we can go get, eh?
No.
You looked into it?
I mean, I was told this by multiple sources.
What about Saint Jerome? Can we drive up to Saint Jerome? Do they have?
Oh. That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. If they have, I don't know. But how do we find out? What, you gotta find EB Games or some shit?
Huh. Check this out.
What are you checking?
Hold on.
I'm holding.
You keep interacting.
All right. What are you gonna? Don't go on Kijiji. Like I want from a real store.
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're like in like a moment where you're like seriously looking or you're confused.
No, I'm looking.
I miss stand up.
Why the fuck? Yeah, I know.
What'd you find? Oh, you're trying to look at store stock.
Yeah, but it won't even show me.
No, it's a fool's errand.
Shop now. That's what I'm doing, and then it just gives me the games.
Yeah. It's a fool's errand, bro. They're all sold
the
out.
Controllers are out of stock. Everything's out of stock.
Yeah. They're all.
Okay.
The dream is over. We will be playing in the current gen for a while.
Bananas.
Or I guess now we're the last gen. We're behind Poseidon. Most stores you had to reserve in advance. Fucking stores. And their goddamn store rules. Also, Pharmaprix is one of the suppliers. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We go to Rockland Pharmaprix, bro. See if they have.
No way.
You know what? Find the number and call them up and figure it out,
Are
though.
you serious?
Yeah, it'd be funny if they have.
Yeah, everything is online only, even Best Buy. And games, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Phil's
I
back.
think it's all online. But,
I had water in my office, mini. Oh, but I have like a lot. I have like 2 boxes.
Yo, I'm calling Pharmaprix Rockland.
What's going on?
Because apparently Pharmaprix might have some PS5s that people didn't think about it.
Stop.
But now somebody might go
It's
buy
like
it.
how there was no more eggs at the grocery store, and I found eggs at Fairmount Bagel. Or, St. Viator Bagel.
I don't know if that's the same
Bagels.
thing.
I mean, eggs are a basic necessity. They're sold everywhere and in much greater supply.
Than PS5s.
No, but during the height of the pandemic, I'm talking about.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what it is. I couldn't find anywhere.
Stop wasting time, bro. Someone's going to buy our shit. Let's go.
Yeah, patch them into the board so we can get the call.
He could just Bluetooth
Does
it.
he know how?
Here.
fuck it,
You
just
know
call.
what? Hold on. Poseidon, give me the number.
Okay.
Hold on a
This is
second.
gonna be great. Wait, are we allowed to just patch someone in?
Put the Bluetooth. Put the Bluetooth on.
So, do I have to press it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a question.
And then you got to attach my thing. I got to pair new device.
Aha.
While they're doing this,
So I click on pair here, right?
Yeah, click on pair so that I can find it.
riveting stuff. While they're doing this, guys, there's a new episode of Fill My Hole on my YouTube page if you guys want to check it out. Not as long as the others, and it's just me, but I don't know. If you're bored, you got 15 minutes, check it out.
Poseidon, man,
We're good?
what's going on? I can't
now
find it.
discoverable. Tap Roadcaster Pro.
Yes, you can make it discoverable. Make it.
Yeah, it is.
discoverable.
It is.
You
It
just
is
said
now discoverable.
You just said it's not discoverable. You heard
He's
that.
right, you did.
I said now.
I'm going to play back the YouTube video and prove it.
Ma.
Just say oops.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oops.
We're not gonna play back the whole video.
Because are you sure, bro? Because here it's not discoverable,
Well, it
bro.
says your Roadcaster Pro is now discoverable. Tap Roadcaster Pro in your device Bluetooth settings.
If it's discoverable, why don't we see it? We're gonna
Refresh.
I am refresh. Oh, you think I didn't refresh, bro? Oh, are you replaying him so you can see it? Yeah, are you finding it on yours?
I didn't try.
It's Sansauto or some shit I'm getting.
You said not discoverable.
You said not discoverable.
Gypsy.
Gypsy. He had to play back a goddamn live video. Anyways, are you finding it, Poseidon?
No, hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Everything is in slow motion with this guy. I mean, I'm in a hurry. This guy.
Our new device.
See, I found his pixel. I can't find the. Turn off the Rodecaster Bluetooth and turn it back on.
Okay, let me do cancel.
Guys, this is a lot of work for this.
Well,
we
it's
can easily just hold it here on speaker for now.
I know, but
I know. We have the technology.
we have the technology. We've committed to the bit.
All right.
I'm doing pair now.
You're
We've
pairing with your
committed
phone.
to the bit.
No, like at the source.
Like
I can see it now.
Nice. Let's see if I can see it. Well, if not, I'll
Do
get you.
pair new device.
I did. Okay, you pair. You pair then. You pair. Since you're there, you call.
Okay.
Pair. We could talk too from here. Well, I will. You don't talk.
No, I'll be quiet. When they answer, you have to say this call is
You have to
being
put
recorded.
the Bluetooth volume up so we can hear it. All the way to the middle, like normal. You calling?
Thank you, Say.
I calling
I'm
now.
glad you enjoyed the This Just Thing episodes. I think we're gonna be. Oh. This call may be recorded for training purposes.
Pharmacie Rockland. For service in English, press 7.
So weird.
Concerned about COVID-19?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you'd like to get a flu shot, please go to pharmacy.pharmacy.ca
Shut up, bre, propaganda.
to start your assessment and to schedule an appointment online.
If you are calling from a physician's office, please press 5.
Press
To
5 and ask if they have a
refill your
PS5.
prescription using our automated service, press 1. For all other pharmacy inquiries, press 1.
1.
For customer
Oh, you should have pressed
If you
0.
have COVID-19 symptoms,
Now press 0.
fever, cough,
1 moment, please.
You talk.
bonjour.
Yes, hello. Is this the front cash?
Hold on.
Good thinking.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Because what's a pharmacist going to tell me?
Yeah, that's true.
Who in the what?
You have a PS5? Do you have a prescription?
Ah oui, bonjour. Je voulais savoir, est-ce que vous avez des PlayStation 5?
Non, malheureusement, c'est juste des gens qui ont fait des précommandes.
Ah, ok. Merci beaucoup.
De rien, au revoir.
So it's only people that pre-order it, she said. So you could have pre-ordered at fucking Pharmaprix, and then if you go there, they'll give it to you.
Fuck, that's
fucked.
nuts.
That's nuts, bro. Who fucking pre-orders at a goddamn pharmacy?
A genius, that's who.
A
God
Fucking
damn
genius.
it. Genius
There are
move.
some smart cookies in society that were like, wait a minute.
So are we really going to have to go back old school style? We're going to have to go rob people outside of a pharmacy?
Or you can try pharmacies in areas that wouldn't typically get.
St. Jerome.
No,
Poseidon,
that's
we're
the
going on
opposite.
another worldwood adventure.
I was thinking more like the Westmount pharmacies. Like,
Oh, she's so nice. Olga said she tried the pharmacy next to her house, but they didn't have.
well, I think she meant she went for herself. I don't think she meant now for
No, I
us.
tried next to my house for you.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Oh, that is very nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the phone with pharmacies right now.
Yeah.
The nation has been activated.
Yo, this is good. Now that you're connected to Bluetooth, we should be making more prank phone calls. Make some more phone calls.
Who should we call?
Are you down?
Who should we call?
Yeah.
Call Spiro.
No.
He's
Who-
going to say his inappropriate things.
Who do we call? Who do we call?
what kind of prank phone calls you want to make? You want to make a prank phone call?
Yeah,
Or-
okay, I'm down. I'm down.
Or should we try
thinking.
bagel shops and see if they have PS5s?
You want to call the massage place and ask?
Oh, you want to call a massage place?
Ask if they have any PS5s.
Do they have any PS5s? Fuck, same shit. Yeah. All these farm. Call them. Should I ask the massage place?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, that's one place. I'm just thinking, where else could we call?
Hold on. And ask them what? If
Whose
they have a
balls can
PlayStation
we
5.
bust?
Oh wait, what can we tell the massage
I
place?
haven't made a prank phone call in like 20 years.
You know what? I'm gonna think of something on the spot, something to make it
All
funny.
right, call the
Okay,
massage
so
place.
you're going to talk then.
I'll talk.
Because we all know you're quicker than me.
So
Mentally, I
we're
mean.
under agreement. They give handies, right?
Oh, no, it's definitely that kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
place.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I have first-hand knowledge. Well, second-hand. People have told me that have been there.
Secondhand. Bro, look, I'm an expert in the field.
You haven't been to this one, though.
It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. All right, you want the number?
Hold on.
He has the number on
I'm
speed
waiting
dial,
till
bro.
it fucking... Now it won't fucking connect, bro.
Oh god
Oh,
damn
there
it!
you
Why'd
go.
you
No,
disconnect?
It's
Okay.
connecting.
All right.
Yeah, call the
They
farm.
open? Yeah, they
please.
open at 10.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, suburb cities. I was thinking more like...
Okay,
not
it's
suburbs,
connecting.
but richer boroughs, like more affluent boroughs where the kids probably just ordered online because they didn't give a shit. And the rest of the residents wouldn't just do it at that Pharmaprix.
Yeah,
But if one Pharmaprix is pre-order only,
they all are.
they probably all are. What about Jean Coutu?
No, they don't have that kind of shit.
What about that place on Liège that's run by an Indian lady who pretends to be a pharmacist?
No.
Get ready.
I mean, it's a phone call. It rings. You don't need to get ready.
Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Yes, hello. Are you guys open today? It is Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Yes. What time can I come in?
What time do you want to come?
I'd like to come pretty quickly, but let's say 12:30.
12:30.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. What's your name?
I am Jim.
Jim.
Jim. Jim.
12:30 for how
Sometimes they
long,
do the
Jim?
second M and the Y, but I prefer just Jim. It's shorter.
How long do you want to stay?
How long am I allowed to stay?
Yeah. Half an hour or 1 hour?
Half an hour. Can I do 1 hour twice?
1 hour. You want to stay 1 hour, right?
1 hour, but then back to
two.
back. 1 hour, then I have a drink, and then I stay another hour.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This is good. Okay. And do I get to
Yeah.
pick the girl? Can I pick the girl?
You want to bring the girl here?
No, I want to pick the girl. I don't want to bring a girl. I want to pick. Do I get to choose?
At 12, I will have.
What are my options
Jim?
at 12:30? What are my options? What are we dealing with? Like upper echelon?
Yeah, 12 o'clock. I can have Kim Latina free for you, and then after you can take another master. It's a Vietnamese.
I like this. I like what I'm
Maybe-
hearing. And do we have beds available or just tables?
Table and bed.
Table and bed. Okay, I like where this is going. Okay, good. Okay, till 12:30.
Yeah,
What about
okay,
chairs? You do
yes,
chair massage ever or no chair?
we don't have chair.
You don't have chairs. Okay, look into
Yeah,
that for the
So you want
future.
12:30, right?
12:30.
Okay, Jim, no problem.
Thank you so much. And you are?
Yeah, thank you. I'm the receptionist here. You will come here to see me.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye, Jim. Yeah, bye.
Yo, did they say they have beds, bro? Yeah, bro. I was just fucking around, bro. I just said you have
Hold
beds.
on, hold on.
Of course there's beds. You
Guys,
guys didn't know
guys.
there's beds.
Time out. Did you call them private? No. Turn on my mic. Turn on my mic. Turn on my mic.
It's on.
It's on. So you just booked an appointment from his phone. I thought you were just gonna do something crazy. I didn't think you were very polite.
Thank you.
I'm sure most of the real calls they get are way more bizarre.
This is what you have to understand about prank phone calls. You can't just go over they just hang up.
No, of
you have
course,
to be
of
reasonable.
course, yes.
Now I'll give you one. I did not expect. Who just called me?
It's in your calendar.
I did. It's in my calendar. I did not expect to hear that there's a bed.
It's a brothel.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
Okay, Jim. I love that. That was right. Okay, Jim. Or when do you want to come? I'd like to come relatively quickly. Okay.
Just like that.
We do for you. It'd be so nice. That was amazing. What we need to do now is call back with follow-up questions. Be like, hey, I was just thinking. Think of a few
fucking,
things.
I'm a retard. I called last time asking another thing. Oh, fuck yeah. I should have called private.
Wait, you've called before?
Somebody
Not
called
on a.
me. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck.
Oh
this
yeah.
is.
This is Service Canada, your social
that's what I thought it
security
was.
number.
Oh, I've been getting those calls.
Yeah?
all
Dude, I've been getting a lot of those.
a
fake
lot,
calls,
a lot,
yeah.
a lot. Guys,
You're busy.
it's a good thing you booked it at 12:30 because we're on till 12, so you can just go right over after.
I'm not going.
You should probably call and cancel. They're gonna block your number permanently. You'll never be able
Probably
to get
wrong
a
number.
massage from them.
Ow.
And they seem like nice
they-
people.
No. I've already called and said, okay, I'm gonna be there soon and stuff like that. They never block. They
No?
probably get calls like this all the
You
time.
think?
Yeah, no. Here's the thing with whores, okay? Whores, no.
Here's the thing about horse.
So wait, who would have a PS5?
They always know guys are always shopping around and this that. So when they don't get a
You
reply,
didn't even ask for a price. She must have known it was
Oh
bullshit.
fuck! That's what I forgot to ask, and I was thinking what I forgot.
I mean, let's call back and be like, hey, I never asked you the price, and do you accept, Bitcoin? Something weird.
No. They always know guys.
Do you
always
accept
shopping around.
travelers checks?
So like whenever,
Do they still make those?
I don't know. I just thought it was a funny word.
I wonder if they still. My mom used to get those when we go to Florida. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why don't you get money?
What exactly is a traveler's check? It's just money that's like it's like a remember money orders.
Money orders? It's just a wire. It's basically a wire to some extent. Anna, you in there? What's the fucking? Yeah, we called whores, Anna.
You know what I remember? Where's Anna?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what I remember? I remember when I was young, there was a scam a guy tried to get me to do outside the pharmacy. He had a check order, a money order. He goes, I don't have my ID, so I can't cash it. Can you just give me the cash, and then I'll write it to you, and you go cash it?
That's like Nigerian prince. That's
Yeah,
how old
and
that
I
is.
was a kid, bro. I was a kid. I was maybe 14 years old, and I was like,
No.
this is such an obvious scam. No, it's not. I go, if it's not a scam, go cash it. No, but I go, then why would I have better luck cashing it? I'm a fucking child. Fuck out of here, dipshit.
I've been approached when
I
I
got
was
scammed
younger.
once when I worked at the gas station.
Oh, how?
I was I had smoked up one day before my shift. Like I got really fucking high.
Huffing gas, yeah? No, go on.
And then there's a guy that ran in and he scammed me out of like $260.
Your own money or the gas station's money?
station.
How? He ran in and stole it?
No, he ran in and he goes, look, I got all these parts, and he knew the owner's names and everything. So he goes, look, I spoke with the owners. I'm supposed to bring them some parts. It's in my truck over there, you know? And then he handed me a box full of old screws and shit. And he's like, this is just part of the stuff I got to bring, but the other equipment is heavy for the cars. So just give me the money. I'll go grab it. And then like a fucking dummy, I gave him $260.
like a fucking dummy.
And then he went, and I just waited there like a fucking retard.
How old were you?
I was 15, 16, 16.
no. What did the
15 and
owners
high.
say?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, but I was high as balls that day.
Still.
And for 2 hours.
Not really a defense.
It is a defense because.
To your boss, I mean.
Oh, no, obviously
yeah.
not. Well, I never told him I was high. He still doesn't know. He's like, what? How
He knows now.
No. No, but at the time, I never told him I was high. That's why I did that fuck up. So I just waited there. 2 hours, I forgot about him. And then my high came down, and I go,
Where's that guy?
and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What the fuck did I just do? Did I just fucking.
Kevin makes it such a
He
good
makes
point.
a great point. I actually, you saw the chat yesterday. What happened here? He's reading from afar. So yesterday, I'm here working. I'm editing this just thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or no,
yeah.
I had just finished filming my home.
When I still call you right back, it's because I was asking the comic book lady.
Yeah, I told you. You told me. Yeah, you're like, I'm a grown man. I have a debit card. He's
Yeah.
like, I just spent $91. So I hear the doorbell ring, and here's the weird thing: the doorbell is in the lobby, so it doesn't interfere with the studios. I've had a wireless unit for the doorbell, like a second unit in my office since we moved in, but I never put batteries in it. I just always forgot. Yesterday, for some reason, after my Uber Eats came at lunchtime, I decided to put batteries in it.
Delicious.
I'm working, I'm doing my thing, and I hear bing bong. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
I
it's
look
an
on the
Asian.
cameras because I'm like, who the fuck could be coming here?
Oh, yeah.
And it's a man with no legs.
I have a theory on that, by the way.
It's a man with no legs in a wheelchair,
I have his
just
photo
sitting
of
at the front door. I'm like, that's bizarre. So I go, let me just see what he does. So I wait for a second. I'm watching him live, and he has like a stick, and he reaches up and he rings the doorbell 2 more times. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna answer. So I go to the door and I'm like, hello. He's like, hi. I'm like, hi. He goes, is this a studio? I'm like, yeah, sure, of sorts. Not what you're thinking, but yeah, okay.
Not what you're thinking.
I was just like vague, you know. He goes, is it a music studio? I go, no, the music studio is across the hall. You can, if that's what you're looking for, go there. And I'm about to leave, and he's like, no, wait. I'm just looking for a tour. I'm like,
Of
a tour?
what?
A tour of what? He goes, I want to see the studio. And he's like trying to look past me. At this moment, I realize on the cameras, he had no legs.
Yeah.
In person, all of a sudden, and the camera's down, like I would have seen it, he has like little legs, like
Mutant.
baby legs.
Mutant
I was
legs.
like, that's weird. Where did those baby legs come from? And I take a step back as I'm talking to him, and he's wearing a mask too. And I look, and the under part of the wheelchair is like sealed up, weird, like a box
Like
under
Professor X type of shit.
it, like a magician trying to disappear
Okay.
type of shit. Like it looked hodgepodge. So I was like, look, man, we don't do tours, whatever.
We don't serve your
He
kind
goes,
here.
You don't do tours, but I'm handicapped.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like-
don't serve your kind here.
I'm like, okay. He goes, but I came all the way from Laval. And he pauses. And he looks at me like with his sad face on foot. And I couldn't hold it. I started laughing, like chuckling.
You didn't go anywhere on foot. You.
I was like, he's
dipshit.
like, I mean, like I didn't have a car. I'm like, look, man. No, I'm
So
sorry.
he
I
wheeled
go-
himself all the way.
At this point now, everything that's happening is making me kind of suspicious. I'm like, look, man, I got clients inside. We're in the middle of something. Oh, you have people in there, he says. I'm like, yeah. He goes, can I call the owner and ask him? I'm like, I'm the owner. You can't come in.
You should have just given
can-
my picture. You're like, I
Can
called this guy.
Can
Ask
I
him if
book
he's
an
reasonable.
appointment? I go, sure. You know what? Honestly, fuck it. I give him the podcast booking email.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, this guy's
it
suspicious.
was just suspect, man. You saw
This
him,
guy's
right?
up to no good. Yeah, I'm looking at his photo right now. He's clearly hiding shit in his bags. Yeah. He wanted to come in, see what kind of shit he could steal.
I had this feeling this guy was gonna roll in, and as soon as the door closed and there was no one here, he'd just stand up and shoot me. Like
No, not that.
Probably
I think
not.
he wants
he was
to break
casing the
in
joint.
at night.
He
Yeah.
was casing the joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like while I was talking to him, I'm like, anyways, he goes, I'll come back in an hour when they're done. I'm like, don't come back in an hour. I mean, like, I don't even want to see you standing here. Even I won't ring. I go, there's cameras everywhere. I pointed to the camera above us. I'm like, I don't want, no. Like, I'm sorry. I was trying to be nice because if he's just a regular dude who's handicapped and
He's
loves
not a regular
studios,
dude. He's not a regular dude.
I mean, a non-criminal dude.
He's a criminal guy.
Yeah, and how the fuck did he even get into
The building?
The building.
The building is not locked down during the day. There's businesses here. People come in all the
but
time.
The lobby.
Oh yeah!
excellent
How the
question.
fuck did he? Poseidon just solved. This guy's a fraud. How the fuck did he get up? We don't have a ramp for these fucking retards. We make sure to keep them out of the goddamn building. You're right, Poseidon.
Why you guys standing up?
You just Batman the fuck out of this criminal. That's
I'm
what Phil.
so fucking impressed right
Phil
now.
should have the second he opened the door when the guy
fuck
said I
you
have
get
no
in
legs.
here,
Yeah,
man?
Phil. How the fuck did you get in here, boy?
I've been on a roll lately.
Good.
I mean,
Good.
just for the record and for posterity, the doors automatically lock. We have a smart lock. There are cameras everywhere. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody
Motion
getting in here.
sensors.
We have everything. And we have Spiro and Poseidon. So
Yeah.
I feel bad for the person who comes in here looking to start shit. Because
Yes.
none of us live far enough that if you start stealing in here,
But
first of
I
all,
knew.
we're going to get a trigger right away.
I knew this was fucking suspicious.
No, we should ask. I mean, I'll go since I haven't fought with them about anything in a while. I'm gonna go ask them and be like, "Hey, by the way, is this guy known to you? And how the fuck did he get up here?"
Also, for the record, I wanted to kill Phil yesterday when he sent me this.
Oh yeah.
Because
Sorry, guys.
this is exactly what he wrote. He sent us a picture of this fucking handicap guy from on top. I'm like, I don't know what this is. And this is what he writes. A keyless dude showed up and asked for a tour. I said, no, we're busy. And he was fucking insistent. I eventually just said, sorry, bro. He says, can I book an appointment? So I gave him the podcast email, whatever I think. I may have spelled it wrong. I told him we don't do yours, which I like that. We don't do your kind. He says, but I'm handicapped. I came here all the way from Laval on foot, and I couldn't fucking stop laughing out loud. I meant keyless, dude, not keyless. And I'm like, what the
yeah.
fuck are you saying? Why would he have keys? He doesn't work here. And then he calls me. He's like, no, I want to say legless, but it keeps correcting it to keyless. He keeps correcting to keyless. Bro, Poseidon, you mother fucking sharp tool. This is good. Yeah, so the guy in front, basically, when you walk in, we've made sure that none of these...
happened.
That's never happened. We wanted to make sure that none of these fucking... What do you call them? Handicaps make it up here.
Oh, the vertically impaired. Yes.
Yeah. So there's no ramp.
I mean, we didn't build the building, just for the record.
No, but I'm going to take credit for it.
Okay. I mean, the last time I mentioned this on the show, you said, "Stop fucking telling everyone our business, Phil."
Yeah. But the point is, we don't,
Yeah.
they're not welcome here.
If they want to get in, they got to roll down that 35-degree incline, past the sleepy Haitian fellow, into the structure of the parking, into an elevator, and
Okay,
upstairs.
maybe that's what he did.
Yeah,
But this was after 1. The sleepy Haitian fellow is gone. The doors are
So
locked.
so he waited till someone goes in.
I'm honestly, I'm gonna go speak to them and be like, I think we might have an issue.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
have an
guys
issue.
Check
This
your
is.
cameras and
Oh
make
my
sure?
God, we're doing Poseidon. Cue the music so I can do the plugs.
Jalai Rastafari.
Me and Poseidon are gonna be back here at 9 p.m. tonight, only for the patrons. We're gonna do another movie night. I have not decided what movie he gets to watch this week, but I'm gonna figure it out on the way here. We're also gonna obviously investigate the building now because there seems to be a fake handicap trying to break into
The
places
queue
here.
is silent.
And here's the thing about that. I don't play that shit. He came to the wrong building.
Or he's a real.
I will
handicapped
break his
guy.
legs.
I don't know. Wait, no, that's
For
not
real.
funny. That's not funny. It's assuming that
He's
he may
faking
actually
it.
have legs.
Yeah, he's faking it, bro. I'm gonna break his fucking real legs.
We'll tell you about the sleepy Haitian fellow another time.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about the Sleepy Haitian fellow on Wednesday. So patreon.com/Pantelis. Sign up. If you're not a patron, some people have told me, bro, I love all your shit, but I don't like paying for content. Then you're crazy. You're crazy. What are you talking about? If you don't, how do you think we're gonna grow and do cool shit, man? All right?
Every
Pay
time
for shit.
Pantelis gets a new patron, what was that thing Spiro said? A gay baby is born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Support the gays. Sign up. Let them babies flourish. Panteliscomedy.com for all of my stuff. 2 drink minimum. New episodes live Monday. They go everywhere Wednesday. Balabanos.com for Phil. If you like Phil's podcast, if you like Phil My Hole, he has a new episode that dropped yesterday on his YouTube channel. Links are in the description. But if you're just a man of business and you need a commercial for your business, Balabanos.com is where you go to get Phil, one of our expert filmmakers here. He's the only expert filmmaker. The rest of us are amateurs. And he makes commercials. He does some of the best. He's done it for a lot of big companies in the city, and one for actually a couple for American companies as well. But now he's looking to do more shit local because he does not want to leave. So, right? You're not going to. Actually, he's not allowed to leave.
Visa.
Yeah, he can't fly, so he has to do them all here. So local businesses, big businesses,
Lucky
you reach
day
out to this
for
guy.
you guys.
Yeah, you actually get a fucking prime commercial real estate maker. Yeah. Well, it's not just real estate. It's not just real estate. He actually has done it for more than
Your
real estate.
brain stopped working.
Yeah, you know why? Because I don't know what he's doing. I'm looking at him.
I don't know either.
What is that?
I don't know.
Get
It's
a picture of
fucking-
him.
I think he's
you guys
fading.
don't understand what Poseidon is doing in front of me. I'm fucking. Why do you look like a troll? What are you doing? Am I like? What are you doing?
Fading out the music, or he's fading away into nothing.
I gotta take that. Look at
Yeah,
him.
I gotta fucking smudge.
Yeah. Anywho.
Anyways, guys, go
Balabanos.com,
over
you
to
need a commercial.
patreon.com.
Look, long story short, you need a commercial. Go to this fucking guy.
Yeah, what's up, guys? And check out Fill My Hole because I'm happy to be back. It makes me excited.
Patreon.com/Pantelis.
You know what? The whole of the handicapped missing leg story, that mystery, next episode of Fill My Hole.
I'm gonna give Poseidon $100 so he could go fulfill Jim's order. Later.